feeling a little ordinary? Is it lacking something awesome? Well, head out to your local liquor store and pick up something extraordinary. Grab a bottle of Old Humble Straight Whiskey or Old Humble Special Reserve. They're clean, smooth, easy drinking whiskeys that taste the way whiskey should taste. From humble beginnings to an extraordinary finish, Old Humble whiskeys are what your bar needs today. Walk tall, be awesome, and drink humble. Old Humble Straight Whiskey and Old Humble Special Reserve. Get yours today.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Old Humble Distilling Company Whiskey Happy Hour, Thursday night, trivia night. I am going to need to fix this window. Lisa will be joining us in a little while, I suspect. She is working, doing some stuff. That here to my left, there it is. That here to my left is the sample pack that we gave away back in June. We are giving away yet another sample pack. And that box is right here. The sample box that we're giving away is right here. And you will note when I open up this box, it is larger than the original the box we had back in June. And it's large enough to have 1, 2, 3, 4 samples plus the cigar plus a shot glass. This is going to be a much larger giveaway than we had last time because we're going to have 700 subscribers. Last time we had just over, between 500 and 600 subscribers. So this time it's going to be a larger giveaway. And we will be doing it probably the 2nd or 3rd week of September. I haven't decided on a specific date yet, so y'all can just be patient and figure out and watch the updates, watch the live streams. Same rules as last time for participating in the giveaway. You join us on a live stream, you chat into a live stream, and you play the trivia. Win trivia, you get 4 slots on the wheel. 2nd place in trivia, you get 2 slots on the wheel. 3rd place in trivia, you get... I need to move that window, I think, because it is on the wrong side. Nope, wrong one. Move this window. Nope, not that one. Move this window. There it is. To that side. There we go. Are you serious? Are you seriously joking me right now? 1st place in trivia, you get 4 slots on the wheel. 2nd place in trivia, you get 2 slots on the wheel. 3rd place in trivia, you get 1 slot on the wheel. That is how it'll work. What is the wheel? The wheel of doom and glory. That's what the wheel is. We spin the wheel. We spin the wheel. I talk with my right hand a lot, so I need to move this back over there, I guess. Back over here. We spin the wheel, and the winner gets the prize pack of at least 3 samples. The 4th sample is a surprise, and I'll tell you what that is in a couple of weeks. Y'all are just going to have to tune in and find out. Everybody who chats in a live stream gets on the wheel. So you know, there's already a bunch of entries on the wheel because we've been playing trivia for the last 3 months. There's a whole bunch of people with entries on the wheel. If any of you folks, anybody who's won boozy bucks during the trivia, you're getting your boozy bucks converted into slots on the wheel. 5 boozy bucks is a slot on the wheel. 4 for winning, 2 for 2nd place, 1 for 3rd place. If you want to convert it into something else, let me know. Otherwise, it's going onto the wheel. And Barbarella, I am sure 97% of your brain is more than enough brain for you to win this game. To win trivia when we get to it. But before we get into trivia, I need to get some stuff. Today has been a frustrating day. Oh my God. I'm cranky. I am cranky as hell right now. Because, check this out. I was doing a tasting across town at the Woodlands. The Woodlands is a community just north of Houston. And, the tasting started at 5 o'clock and it runs to 8 o'clock. I don't get there until 6 o'clock. The reason I get there at 6 o'clock is because at least 2 people decided that they needed to be where each other was. And they didn't think about my needs. They didn't think about my schedule. They didn't think about my time. So they just crash into each other. Hope everybody's okay, by the way. But they decided to crash into each other. And when they crash into each other, they held up traffic. I'm sitting in traffic, so instead of getting there on time, I get there an hour late. I'm sitting in an hour's worth of traffic, and it is so damn frustrating. Hate sitting in traffic. Traffic is frustrating. It's really frustrating, especially when it makes you an hour late. I did not sell this store out today because I was an hour late. I came up 4 bottles short. If I would have been there for the extra hour, I'd have knocked those 4 bottles out, and I probably would have left early. But I didn't leave early. I stayed until the very last second of the very last minute of the very last hour, which means I was rushing around, and I'm just now getting settled in to do this show. So I'm frustrated. It's frustrating when you got people out there crashing into each other, not thinking about anybody else, not thinking about anybody else's needs, not thinking about anybody else's schedule. They're just like, hey, you're there. I want to be there. I'm going to crash into your car. Selfish? Trifling? Anyway, I hope everybody's okay. I really do. But the other pet peeve that I have, and this is an ongoing pet peeve, super duper frustrating, absolutely and most annoying pet peeve in the world, when people don't let you finish your sentence. And what's really annoying about that, like it's annoying enough when you're just talking to somebody and you're like, and when I went over to and they're like, and then you didn't, and like, shut up, let me finish talking. Thank you very much. But it's even more annoying when you're sitting there at like a Specs or a Total Wine or any other liquor store and you have a barrel in front of you with free liquor. Free liquor on the barrel in front of you, and you look at them as they're coming in and you say, would you like? And they're like, no. So today I got my revenge, my pet peeve revenge. I go, would you like? And this dude's like, no, $1,000. Oh, I'm sorry, you already said. And he stops, he goes, $1,000? I'm like, no. You already said no. Now you can only have my whiskey. I got his attention. I got him to stop. I got him to not be a rude jackass. But man, let them finish their damn sentences. You don't even know what they're offering. You're like, no, you don't even know what they're offering. It could be a candy. It could be a hand job. You don't know. And you're just like, like, boom. The fake phone calls are also annoying. That drives me absolutely nuts. When you see them, they're walking up to the door and they pull their phone out and they hold it up their ear. And you're like, you're not on the phone, you dick. I know you're not on the phone. I am aggressive. They're on their phone. I will ask them several times if they would like to try my whiskey and make them answer me. I will not let them get away with their fake phone calls. Anyway, I could use a drink. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a drink because I could use a drink because I am frustrated and annoyed and I need a drink. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a drink. A little straight whiskey. Old up. Well, clear the proper spokesmodel. Old Humble straight. Hang on. I do it. I got to hold it right. Old Humble Distilling Company straight whiskey. So tonight's trivia night. The theme round tonight is, let's see here, round 1 is general knowledge, round 2 is Dr. Seuss. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Who's here? Moose Cow's in the house. Cheers, Moose Cow. All right. I have a bottle opener in here somewhere. Somewhere I have a bottle opener. I don't know where, though. I thought it was over. I have all these papers over here because I have a desk. This is my desk. I have a bunch of papers. Oh, look. Nope, that's a phone. Those are some tickets to a thing. Is that a bottle opener? No, that's not a bottle opener. I have tickets to a, this is August 18th. Special tickets to a, it's Monday, August 15th. The Texas Bar and Nightclub Convention business thing. I do have tickets to a comedy show that we may be giving away soon. Ah, there we go. That's not my bottle opener. Where's my bottle opener? Isn't this great YouTubing, guys? Bottle opener. Me looking for a bottle opener. You know where the bottle... Oh, there it is. Found it. I told you it's in my desk. Everything's in my desk. I have a bottle opener right there. That's going to be for my cocktail that I need to drink tonight. Tonight's cocktail is another highball and a mule glass. Whoops. What just fell over? My light just fell over. Nothing is going right today. Why would anything go right today? Just fucking crazy time. Running out of time to do stuff. I don't even know why that fell. I mean, that wasn't even attached to anything. I don't know why it fell. It wasn't attached to anything. I didn't kick it. I didn't touch it. We got people in chat. This is awesome. Cheers to chat. Let me move my chat window over so that I can see. You may not notice. You may not be able to notice from your angle of perception where you're at, but I'm stalling. I'm 100% stalling because Lisa is doing some legal stuff tonight. So I am stalling to make sure that she gets into that one. Nope, wrong window. Hang on. There it is. Make it bigger. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm trying to make my chat bigger so I can see what people are in chat. So we have Moose Gal, we have Bimbo, we have Nightbot. Cheers, Nightbot. I should put Nightbot on the wheel. Okay. That's some good audio right there. All right, so I've got my mule glass here. Some of the ice is melted. You like that? You like that? I like that. That's good stuff right there. And I'll give myself about a shot of whiskey. A full shot of whiskey. And a little bit more. And a splash of lemon. Plain old store-bought lemon. Artisan store-bought lemon. And then with my magic spoon, ba-bam, we stir. And there you go. I watched a video earlier today or yesterday, I can't remember which. All time runs together in a continuous stream sometimes. And this guy was talking about clear artisan ice. Clear as glass, artisan ice. And I'm watching this thing and I'm thinking, you kidding me? Like ice matters that much? So I'm going to straight up Beatles or the Rolling Stones? Beatles or the Rolling Stones. So I'm going to straight up, I think I'm going to straight up do like, not a reaction video, but I try it at home and see if clear ice makes a damn difference. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. If you're that bougie about your ice, then nobody likes you. Anyway, okay, so if we're going to start trivia, it is 9:15. We're going to start trivia in about 10 minutes. When we start trivia, we're going to go on the honor system. Y'all are going to have to give yourself points. Otherwise, it's going to be too much because I'm not going to be able to track it. I'm not going to be able to count your points. Whiskey giveaway. Where's the light? Is that the sample flight? There it goes. That needs to go away. Bye. Y'all are going to have to count your own points. I will do my best to track the points. Well, I mean, I'll be able to track the points. I'll be able to count who's playing and track the points because I have a piece of paper right here in front of me. And that's what paper is for. Ba-bam. That is what paper is for. So the people participating, you tell me you're participating in chat right now. If you're in for trivia, say so. Say, I'm in for trivia. Make that comment, and I will write your handle, your screen name, your name, whatever you want me to put down. I will write that down, and then I'm making my rounds counter. What do we have? 6 rounds? We have 5 rounds because there's supposed to be 7 rounds, and we don't do 2. So we have 5 rounds. Round 1, 3, 4, and 5. And there's the lines. I'll even use a ruler because I'm going to be fancy. Where's my ruler? Are you freaking kidding me? Where's my damn ruler at now? Oh, Jesus. Oh, there it is. Like, I can't find anything. Ugh. Driving me absolutely crazy. See, this is the problem I have when I start doing work. Like, I just, like, things get moved and put in places where I'm not expecting it to be, and it's just dumb. All right. So I have my grid of numbers for the rounds, and then we'll have the list of names. As soon as you tell me you're in, I will put you down. I'll put you down. You're ugly. You're shaped funny. You have a head that's too big. I mean, however you want to be put down, I'll put you down. Bring up chat again. What do we got? Hey, Muscow. I'm not playing. I'm here for the moral support. So Jen's out. Bimbo's in for trivia. Question my friends keep asking. Oh, Rolling Stone. That's right. You asked Rolling Stones or the Beatles. I like the Beatles' early work. You know, their early records when they first hit the scene. You know, the British invasion music when they first hit the scene, and like maybe one more record that they did. I can't remember which one. Probably Sergeant. I'm thinking Sergeant Pepper's. What was that? I don't know. As a body of work, probably the Beatles over the Rolling Stones, but neither one of them is as big a deal as people say they are. So that's where I go with that. So I got Barbarella in as the first name on the list. If I had to choose between Beatles and Rolling Stones, I'd probably choose the Beatles because I like some songs that the Rolling Stones do, but I like the sound that the Beatles had when they were early. But I think as far as performances go, I think probably the Rolling Stones were a better performing group than the Beatles were. You know, the Beatles, I mean, you know, in their day, they were filling stadiums and whatnot. But, and of course, you know, they're all dead now. Most of them, not all of them, most of them. But the Rolling Stones, you know, they're filling like football and soccer stadiums. They're filling, you know, 60,000 seat stadiums and just playing on a grand, huge, and really performing on a level that I don't know if the Beatles ever performed. I don't know if the Beatles ever put on a show the way the Rolling Stones put on a show. You know what I mean? Like the Beatles had good records. They had good albums, they had good music, they had good songs, they had a good sound, they had a good vibe. But the Rolling Stones put on a show. They were move over here. Why is my what's going on here? There we go. Move you down. What's going on with this camera? Why am I off center? What the hell is going on with everything? Oh, Jesus. What? The whole world is messed up. What is going on here? This is crazy. Ugh, God. So it just depends on it depends on what you're looking to, on what the metric is. Because it would be either, you know. I mean, if I wanted to sit down and listen to music for an afternoon, I would and I could only choose one, I'd probably choose the Beatles. If I wanted to watch a show, if I had one ticket to choose, if I had a choice between two tickets to go see a live show, I'd probably choose the Rolling Stone ticket. But if I wanted to listen to just music in the house in the background, I'd probably choose the Beatles. So there you go. It depends on the application. You know, it's like olive oil or ketchup. It depends on the application because you're definitely not going to use ketchup for certain applications that olive oil would be more appropriate. So there you go. I did find my spoon right here. Oops, I did not find the divider. I don't know what happened to it. I did not look for it. after the end of the show, I did not continue looking because I stopped fixating on it as soon as the lights turned back on. But now that you bring it up, I'm going to look around for it to see if I can find it because I am that kind of neurotic. Thank you for ruining my brain. There's the cigars. There's the more cigars. Hold on a second. I think I might know where it's at. I think it might be right here. Did I put it in a trash can like an idiot? Did I? Did I? Did I put it in there? Nope, not in there. It was Jim's fault. I asked him a question, so I had to look. It's around here somewhere, but I don't know where. It hadn't left this room. It's somewhere in this room. I just don't know where it's at. And it literally could be anywhere within reach of my hands because I could have just like set it down here. I could have set it over there. Got a pair of shoes over there. Got some shirts over there. It could be in this drawer for all I know. Is it? Is it in this drawer? No. There's a harmonica. There's some sunglasses. There's a pen. Calculator. Pocket knife. I put it in this drawer? Nope. SDs. Chips. Nuts and bolts. Nuts and bolts. I don't know where it's at. I'm sure it'll turn up. I don't know. It's somewhere. It's definitely somewhere. It's possibly right here. No, not there. Here? No. Here? No. Aha! No, that's not it. No, that's not it. This place is such a goddamn mess. Who cleans this room? Oh, me. It's me. It's always me. It's son of a bitch. Drop this off my. I don't know where it's at. I'm sure it's hilarious listening to me bitch and moan about things that are completely under my control that I can't seem to keep under control. What is that? Hold on, I think I found it. Ha ha! I did find it. It was right. It was on my bookshelf behind my subscribe. Right there behind my subscribe sign. So there you go. Found it. I'm gonna put it in my box so I don't lose it. Box, not. But will it work if I put it in there? Let's see here. What I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna arrange it. I'm gonna put that divider down to the bottom, and I'm put the bottles at the top on top of the divider. That way, yeah. So that goes there. The cigar goes there, and then the shot glass goes in front, like so. Ta-da! Isn't that handsome? Isn't that handsome? All right, are we ready to play trivia? How many people do we have in for trivia? I have Barbarella. I have Bimbo Barbarella. I have Moose Gal. Are you in? Are you officially in? Are you officially in, Moose Gal? I didn't see you say you are in for trivia. Are you in for trivia? In for trivia. There's Bimbo. Are you in for trivia? Who else is in for trivia? Yeah, Lisa's busy doing legal stuff. She's not. She's late. She's running late. She's got to read legal something. Blah blah blah. I don't know. Hey, when you're checking out, the clerk is on a cell phone. Yeah, that annoys the shit out of me too. Absolutely annoys the shit out of me. And people talking on the cell phone, that just, oh my God, that drives me absolutely crazy. You go into a store and you're talking, if you're like really talking on the cell phone, if you're like fully checked out talking on the cell phone, you deserve ridicule. It is Tuna Emperor is in the damn house. What up, Tuna? Okay, so Jen is in for trivia. Where'd my... Oh, there's my pencil. I almost lost my pencil, too. Easy Street with Jen. And who else? We got Mooskow. You need to say Mooskow. Tuna, are you in for trivia? We're just about to start with the questions in trivia. We're working on the honor system tonight. You tell me how many points, for each round, I'll give the questions and the answers. You tell me how many, post your answers, and then just tell me how many of them you got right. That works out. I think that will work well for everybody. And I am drinking a highball in a mule glass. And I'm going to fold my Astros rally towel over to use as a coaster. Dum bum 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 bum. All right. This Tuna Emperor might partake in tonight's activities. Well, Tuna, I'm putting you down for trivia. And if you wish, I can also put you down emotionally with a sick burn. Tuna Emperor. And how about you, Mooskow? Are you in? I think Mooskow's checked out. I don't think she's going to play with us tonight. Lisa is missed, but Lisa's going to be here. Relax, calm down. She's probably going to be here. This Tuna has the most points. I'm sure you do. But of course, you're being audited. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to give the answers, and then y'all will tell me how. Y'all will post your. I will ask the questions. You will post your answers. I will give the answers. You will tell me how many you got right, and everybody else in chat will say, no, he's lying. Count his. You tell me if I have to count somebody's answers, and if I have to go back and audit it, if I have to do it twice, I'm going to get pissy. You don't want me being pissy, because if I get pissy, then all bets are off. We're just going to be pissy. And nobody's going to have fun. I'll make sure. I'll turn this car around and we will go back home. We will not go to Disney World. I will teach you boys a lesson. Anyway, I'm going to put down Mooskow's name. I'm putting Mooskow down. And of course, correct trivia participation. I see 4 names. I have everybody's name down. All y'all have been entered onto the wheel of doom an extra time for tonight. The points will go towards someone will get the points. 4 entries, 2 entries, and 1 entry onto the wheel for first, second, and third place. Not sure about ciphering. Okay, you'll be all right. I promise. Oh yeah, okay. Well, good. I will deputize you, Bimbo. You will help me count. All right, are we ready? I think we're ready. I've stalled long enough. It's 9:30. It's time to get going. So here's how the rules work. This is the questions for trivia, pub trivia, that we do on the Old Humble Distilling Company. Sure. So this is pub trivia. I ask the questions. There are 5 rounds, each round being 1 point per question, with the 5th round being 2 points per question. There are 9 questions in each round. I will ask the questions. I will ask the questions in a moderate paced cadence with a clear sounding voice so that you can hear the entire question. I will ask each question twice, giving you a chance to hear the question and type in an answer. Answer all 9 questions on a single chat line, separating every answer with the number of the question. For example, answer question number 1, like so. 1 point. Answer. 2 dot. Answer. 3 dot. Answer. That way we know which answers you're giving in accordance with which questions are being asked, and we don't have to guess. If you need a question repeated, please say so in chat, and I will do my best to recognize that. Although I'm asking the questions fairly slowly, you shouldn't need them repeated. But it happens. It happens. It's okay. Every name requires a first and last name unless the name is generally accepted as a one-named person, such as Cher or Gandhi or Sting. And guess who is joining the party? Dum bum ba dum ba dum ba dum. Move me over here to the left. Looky there. Legal Lisa, the law dog herself, has joined the party. What up, G?
Hey!
Looky there. Her sound even works.
Yay!
No collaboration, no cell phone use. Do not look up Google. All answers must have a first and last name unless otherwise noted, otherwise accepted as a one-named individual. Lisa has the final say on the answers. After me.
Final.
If it gets that far. We guess who's in the chat, Lisa?
Tuna.
Yes, your spawning partner, Tuna. We have 4 participants on the grid right now. We have Barbarella, Easy Street with Jen, Tuna Emperor, and Moose Gal. Although I'm not sure Moose Gal is with us at the moment.
Uh-oh.
But she will join us, I'm sure, before the end of the sentence that I what you drinking tonight, Lise?
Water?
That's what I'm drinking.
With what?
Well, it's mostly water. Carbonated flavored water with water that is diluted in a little bit of alcohol and lemon juice. I'm drinking a highball in a Moscow Mule glass. Aren't these attractive glasses? I ordered them from Amazon to give them a test to see if I liked them and if they actually made the drinks taste better. They don't. The drinks taste just the same in a glass as they do in a metal cup. But they look fancy and look, I can hold my finger out.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's very fancy.
Yes. So
I'm so happy to see Tuna.
I am too. I'm glad that Tuna.
Now, I have missed you.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't get caught in a net. I'm very happy that he's still around.
Okay, so we've got Tuna,
Barbarella,
and
Tuna, Barbarella, Gin, and Moose Gal.
and
Unless somebody else jumps in, because now it is time to start trivia.
Jumbo Barbarella.
And we currently have, for the record, we currently have about 100 entries on the wheel, but there are only about, of those 100 entries, there are something like 15 people. So the odds are certainly in your favor right now. And all of these people are being added one more time. And one of them will be added 4 more times. So there you go.
Okay, so we've got Tuna, Easy Street with Jen, Bimbo Barbarella, and maybe Moose Gal.
Maybe Moose Cow, yes. And for the record, I see 7 names on my phone in chat. My phone says there are 7 people in chat. I've only seen 4 come up on the screen. So if any of you other 3 want to be added to the Wheel of Doom and Glory, you got to put something down in chat and say something. Otherwise, I don't know you're there. So snap to it, kids. Don't make me stop this car and say something to you. I don't know, whatever. It's time to get started. You ready, Lisa? I'm ready. Are you ready? How's your brain? Is your brain doing okay? Is it functioning? Is it too jello-y from all the reading stuff? Or are you good?
I read like it was a terrible education article that explained the issues, and it's like, yeah, that was not helpful. and that did not do what you said it was going to do. So, like, well, guess I know who I'm not ever using as an arbitrator.
Right, exactly. Add Mr. Great Shot to the list, just in case. He says possibly me. He just got here. He's been working. We haven't started trivia yet, Mr. Great Shot. So you're absolutely welcome to join the fray.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's my shoes on the. I have a pair of shoes down. I was wondering what was on this cord. I have a cord right here. I was wondering what was on the cord because the cord was like being tugged on. I couldn't figure out. It's a pair of my fucking pontoons that are down here on the ground that are on top of the cord. That's probably what. That might have been what caused my lamp to fall earlier. This has been kind of a chaotic start to the show, but it's on brand. So
I'm sorry. I couldn't be here because I'm like actually doing work and
it had nothing to do with you. It's just that I was coming from the woodlands because I was in the woodlands, and because two jackasses decided they needed to be in the same spot on the freeway at the same time without thinking of my needs, they decided to get in a car crash and hold up all the traffic for a whole fucking hour on 45. So everybody's sitting in traffic, and these selfish bastards don't even care about anybody else's needs. So I had to stay at the Woodland store all the way to the end, and I didn't sell the store out. I was very pissed off, but if I'd have been there at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock, I probably would have sold the store out at like 7 instead of 8, and then I would have been here and been able to relax and had a nice, instead of scarfing down my meal, been able to have a nice relaxing meal, maybe even have a beer. But no, because these two selfish assholes decided they needed to get in a car crash. Always out there thinking of their own needs, not mine. Jack-offs.
So, was this the store on 45 or on Kirkendall?
Kirkendall, same store you went to.
Okay.
But they have 4 bottles left. They're fine. I can trust them to sell 4 bottles. Anyway.
That was good progress.
Yeah. And like I said, if I'd have been there for 3 hours instead of 2, I'd have sold the store out. But I got to give the sales guys at Spec something to do so they can have a couple of bottles of their own. All right, we ready to play trivia? I'm ready to play trivia. You ready to play trivia? Can I get I need a hell yeah from the congregation because we're ready to play trivia, but nobody's ready to play trivia. So I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to do this. Stare at I'm going to breathe heavily into the microphone until somebody says, "Can we please play trivia?" Just somebody needs to say. Somebody needs to say, we want trivia. Somebody needs to just type, "Please let us play trivia." Otherwise, I'm going to continue with a nice, deep,
saw your example of
voice.
All the answers to around. Very nice.
All the answers what?
So Tuna said 1, glory, 2, 3, hour, 4, great, 5, Tuna, 8, empire.
Yeah, that's 100% perfect. That's exactly how it should be done with every single set of questions. Jen says, "Hell yeah, let us play. We shall play. Let us play. Dear Heavenly Father, give us these questions today." I am in a fucking mood. This is fun. All right, let's do this. Oh, God, when I am in my moods, I'm feeling it. I had a win on Fortnite earlier today, and I haven't clipped the video, but I'm going to clip the video and put it up. It was I'm trying to do this challenge in Fortnite where it's the 100-to-1 challenge, where you finish a game. There's 100 players, right? So you finish dead last, and then in the next game, you win. So you go from 100 to 1. And I could not manage to die first in any of the rounds. I could not manage to die 100th place in any of the rounds I played today. But I did finally get a win at the end of the game, and it was epic. It was absolutely epic. I sat in a truck for a significant portion of the final part of the game. I just sat in a truck, in the passenger seat of the truck, like just, smoking, like the cool kids do. Well, cigars every once in a while. Cigars, a little. What do the kids smoke these days? The LSD, the vape patches. I do what the cool kids do. Little, soup bowl of marijuana every once in a while. little salad dish. Hot boxing it. All right, for real though. Let's get on with trivia. Enough of this nonsensical shit. Round one. Round one. General knowledge. Question one. What word can mean a type of fungus or a type of chocolate? What word can mean a type of fungus or a type of chocolate? Number two. What actor has Sarah Jessica Parker been married to since 1997? What actor has Sarah Jessica Parker been married to since 1997? That's Sarah Jessica Parker because she looks like a horse. Question 3. In the traditional verse of Pop Goes the Weasel, what is chasing the weasel? In the traditional version of Pop Goes the Weasel, what is chasing the weasel? The weasel. Fucking me. Anyway, that's a cultural reference from the 90s, kids. Number 4. What animal is a ewe? What animal is a ewe? E-W-E. Ewe. Not the letter U. The letter U is not an animal, obviously. Duh. Question number 5. What was Tom Clancy's first novel? Number 5. What was Tom Clancy's first novel? Question number 6. What is the holiday 40 days before Easter? What is the holiday 40 days before Easter? Question number 7. What card game is responsible for the addition of jokers to the deck of cards? Number 7. What card game is responsible for the addition of jokers to the deck of cards? Question number 8. Vulcanization is the process for the hardening of what material? Vulcanization is the process for the hardening of what material? And finally, question number 9. What color is liquid oxygen? What color is liquid oxygen? Now, I'm putting 45 seconds on the clock so that you may finish typing your answers. Look, if you don't know the answer, you don't know the answer. You're just going to skip it and move on, move to the next question. You're not going to have time to Google it. You're not going to have time to find it. You're not going to have time to phone a friend. You're not going to have time to ask your mom. Just finish typing, hit enter, post your answers. There's 9 questions. You get 4 or 5 points, you're doing pretty good. And that's 30 seconds. I tried to stretch that out to the full 45.
It was a good effort.
Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe if I talked a little bit slower in a more dreamy and sleepy tone, then it would be better that way.
So we've got Bevo Barbarella, Mr. Great Shot, Easy Street with Jen.
Mm-hmm. That's 1, 2, 3. The only one missing is Tuna.
Tuna, where are your answers?
Yep. And you know, we went and picked up my son's violin from the shop last week for his birthday, and you know, it was just being fixed up, pieces replaced. It's like a 120-year-old violin, something like that. And I looked at the shop owner, and she said it should be all set. It should be in tune. All those strings have been replaced. I said, good. So if we don't have any tuna, we could just use salmon, right? And she looked at me, she shook her head. She goes, oh my God, that's the first time I've heard that one. I'm like, yes. A tuna joke at the violin shop that they've never heard before. Dad jokes for the win. The cancer mouse has joined the party. That's a weird sentence. But that's the end of the first round. That's 45 seconds. Answers have been posted. It is time to score them. General knowledge, round 1, question 1. The word that means fungus or chocolate is truffle. Truffle is fungus or type of chocolate. Sarah Jessica Parker has been married to Matthew Broderick since 1997. Matthew Broderick is the answer to number 2. Pop goes the weasel. The weasel is being chased by a monkey. That is number 3, monkey. Sheep is a U. That is number 4, sheep. Number 5, The Hunt for Red October was Tom Clancy's first novel. There's The Hunt for Red October, which in the movie featured a Russian submarine captain who had a Scottish accent. That is how good an actor Sean Connery was. He was just like, "Fuck you, I am Russian now." He's awesome, just great.
Him.
He was just the best. He's like, "My accent is whatever I want it to be. I am Bermudan." Great. I mean, if anybody could pull off like just acting like he's a black guy, that would be him. He'd just be like, show up and he'd be like, no blackface, no nothing. I'm just black today. And everybody looking at him like, you're Sean Connery. He's like, yeah, exactly. Fuck you. Sean Connery's the best. God rest his soul. What question are we on? Number 6. Ash Wednesday is 40 days before Easter. Ash Wednesday, 40 days before Easter. The card game responsible for jokers is euchre. Euchre is what added the jokers to the deck of cards. Vulcanization hardens rubber. And finally, liquid oxygen is blue. Liquid oxygen is blue. So there we go. Who got... Oh, Moose Gal can't do trivia. Aw, we love you, Moose Gal. That's okay.
Joe, can you read number 6 again?
Number 6 is, what is the holiday 40 days before Easter? That is the question as written.
Okay. Bimbo Barbarella.
Mm-hmm.
I will accept Lent.
Fair.
Because that is the entire 40 days before Easter, and it did not... The question wasn't written real well.
Yeah, because Ash Wednesday is actually more than 40 days. It's like 47 days because the Sundays don't count. 46 days because the Sundays don't count.
Yeah, it's
a badly written question. Yeah.
Poorly.
Yep.
Poorly written.
It's 40 days of fasting, but the Sundays don't count. So it's like 46 days. But you know, most Christians don't ask that question. So it works out really good for everybody. But Lent would be that period of the 40 plus days when you're only required to fast for 40 of those days prior to. But again, Christians don't ask that question. They're like, I'm not going to have any chocolate for the whole time. And then they get like 6 days of cheat days and they don't know it. Any hoodles. That's what confession's for anyway. All right. So Cancer Mouse, you can get in on round number 2 if you are so inclined to join us for trivia. Ramadan. No, when is Ramadan? Ramadan's a little sooner than that, I think. It's like in February usually. All right. Round 2 is the Dr. Seuss round. Dr. Seuss, as we Americans would call it. All right, round 2, question 1. Remember, put all your answers on a single line, separated by the number that corresponds with the question. Question 1, round 2. What is the name of the Grinch's dog? Oh, we didn't give the points for round 1, did we? Lisa, what are the points for round 1?
Easy Street with Jen has 4. Bimbo Barbarella has 4. I did not count Ram. And Mr. Greatshot has 2.
You didn't count Ram?
No.
Huh? Who's Ram?
You.
Oh, you. The answer, you. Gotcha. The ewe is not a ram. A ewe is a sheep. A ram would be the male version of a ewe.
Exactly.
A capital ewe. Or
would have also accepted ovine.
Bovine?
No, ovine.
Oh, okay.
Ovine is cow, ovine is sheep. Porcine is pig.
Ovine is bovine without a B. But if an ovine gets stung, then it becomes a bovine. Yep. All right, round 2. Question 1. Let's go. What is the name of the Grinch's dog? What is the name of the Grinch's dog? Number 2. Bartholomew Cubbins has 500 of what item? Bartholomew Cubbins has 500 of what item? Question number 3. In what town does the Grinch try to stop Christmas? In what town does the Grinch try to stop Christmas? Question 4. Finish the title of this Dr. Seuss book. One fish, two fish.
Tuna should get this one.
Finish the title of this Dr. Seuss book. One fish, two fish. Mr. Greatshot, put all of your answers in a single line, please. I think he accidentally hit enter. Question number 4. That was question number 4. Question number 5. Thidwick had a big heart. What kind of animal was Thidwick? Thidwick had a big heart. What kind of animal was Thidwick? Question number 6. Which animal is not mentioned in Green Eggs and Ham? Mouse, dog, fox, goat. Which of the following animals is not mentioned in Green Eggs and Ham? Mouse, dog, fox, goat. Question 7. What is the name of the street in Dr. Seuss's first published book? What is the name of the street in Dr. Seuss's first public book? Number 8. In what decade was Oh, the Places You'll Go published? In what decade was Oh, the Places You'll Go published? Question number 9. Question number 9. Since 2000, how many feature film adaptations of Dr. Seuss's works have been released? Since 2000, how many feature film adaptations of Dr. Seuss's works have been released? And now, 45 seconds goes on the clock. Oops, that was a calculator, not a stopwatch. 45 seconds goes on the clock. Un passant, deux passants. That's the only Dr. Seuss book title that I know in French. And I've read that entire book in French, and it's adorable to read in French. Because it's like 5 words. Oh, that's right. Oh, Bacon's in the party. Cheers, goddamn Bacon. Glad you joined us. You can be added to trivia if you are so inclined. But also remember, I will be going back through the chat and listing down all the names and adding them to the Wheel of Doom and Glory later tonight. So there you go. All right, that is 45 seconds. If you don't have your answers in, that is tough shit for you because we are about to give the answers. Is everybody in? I see Cancer Mouse. I see Easy Street. I see Goddamn Bacon. I see Great Shot. I see Bimbo. Yes, Porsche does make a truck. Almost yeet a guy over parking space. Wow, that's funny. That's a whole bunch of fun words to say together. Okay, answers to questions. Round 2, Dr. Seuss. What is the name of the Grinch's dog? That would be Max. Max is the name of the Grinch's dog. Bartholomew Cubbins had 500 hats. Bartholomew Cubbins had 500 hats. Hats is the answer number 2. In what town was the Grinch trying to stop Christmas? That was Whoville. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. And it has to be in that order, otherwise it is not the correct answer. I will not take red fish, or I will not take blue fish, red fish. I will not take blue, red fish, fish. Has to be red fish, blue fish. Poisson rouge, poisson bleu. Thidwick had a big heart. He was a moose. Thidwick was a moose. The animal not mentioned in Green Eggs and Ham was a dog. Dog is not mentioned in Green Eggs and Ham. The name of Dr. Seuss's, the street in Dr. Seuss's first published book was Mulberry Street. The book was, and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street. Mulberry Street. The decade that The Places You'll Go was published was the 1990s. Oh, The Places You'll Go was published in the 1990s. That was a gift that I got from my sister when I graduated from college, as a matter of fact. And number 9, since 2000, there have been 5. There's been 5 adaptations of Dr. Seuss's work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I mean 5. 5 adaptations. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, The Cat in the Hat, Horton Hears a Who, The Lorax, and The Grinch. Those are the 5. All right. So what's the tally?
I'm working on it.
Okie dokie. Square tables in the house. Cheers, STD. You going to bed and want to stop in and see some love to my peeps? But you can't hang. That's all right. Your name has been added to the Wheel of Doom and Glory. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for popping in. You have been added to the list. I will update all of the names and the wheel later tonight. We're gonna have like 300 slots on that wheel by the end of this month. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna. I might break the website. It's gonna be so fucking hilarious. So hilarious. And I think I knew all of these except for 1, 2, 3. I knew 6 of these. 6 of the 9. I'm a big. I like Dr. Seuss. I don't think I'm a big fan of Dr. Seuss, but you know, people of a certain generation, people of a certain age, we kind of grew up with Dr. Seuss books. My kids got them read to them because I had them read to me when I was a kid. Refresh my drink, the rest of my ginger ale.
Ben got 2 in this round. Beba Barbarella got 5. Bacon got 1. Mr. Great Shot got 0, and Cancer Mouse got 0.
Oh my goodness!
So,
shutouts.
Easy Street with Jen has 6. Bimbo Barbarella has 9. Bacon has 1. Mr. Great Shot has 2. And Cancer Mouse has 0.
But there's a lot of game left to play. 3 more rounds, and one of them's double. 3 more rounds. Of course, I could just sit here for the rest of the show, talk in my deep radio voice, breathe heavily into the microphone. Hey, how are y'all doing out there in the internet world? You want to have another round of trivia, babies and baddies? Oh yeah, let's have one more round, shall we? Oh yeah, let's get it all going.
Joe. Time is money tonight.
Time is money. Money is pizza. Pizza is power. Let's go, people. All right, round 3.
Pizza sounds really good.
Entertainment, movies, series, novels, video games, board games, etc. Question 1. What network aired the first television commercial? What network aired the first television commercial? Number 2. What author wrote books under the pseudonym Currer Bell? What author wrote books under the pseudonym Currer, C-U-R-R-E-R, Currer Bell? Number 3. Dimsdale, California is the setting of what cartoon series? Dimsdale, California is the setting, hello, what? For what cartoon series? Huh. Number 4, what brothers have directed movies such as There's Something About Mary, Shallow Hal, and Dumb and Dumber? What brothers have directed movies such as There's Something About Mary, Shallow Hal, and Dumb and Dumber? Question number 5. The original 1996 Resident Evil video game takes place in what fictional city? The original 1996 Resident Evil video game takes place in what fictional city? Question number 6. What famous musician was nicknamed the Man in Black? What famous musician was nicknamed the Man in Black? And oddly enough, wearing all black makes you stand out, not disappear. Question number 7. The Mask, The Holiday, and Gangs of New York are all films starring which actress? The Mask, The Holiday, and Gangs of New York are all films starring which actress? Number 8. What entertainer has granted the most wishes through the Make-A-Wish Foundation? What entertainer has granted the most wishes through the Make-A-Wish Foundation? And finally, number 9. Who played Dark Helmet in the movie Spaceballs? Who played Dark Helmet in the movie Spaceballs? I'm going to reset Zoom, which is acting a fool for some reason, and put 45 seconds on the clock. And Lisa, come back and join us in just a moment. All right. You can still hear me out there in internets. We have 45 seconds on the clock. And that is going while I get the vidya restarted. And Lisa will be joining us one moment, in just a moment. So I don't know why Zoom is doing that, is giving me the 45-minute time delay there. It's just, it's right about an hour and change is what it is. It's not actually 45 minutes. But, you know, whatever it is, it's annoying, and I'm going to have to see what I can do to fix it. I may just have to, I don't know what's changed, but I can get that changed. We're at 35 seconds. Lisa is almost there. There's Lisa. I see Lisa. We'll accept her in. And, oh, I bet I know what it is. I can do it for as long as I want by myself, but if I have a actual conference with somebody else, then it takes a time limit. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's 45 seconds. Is everybody in? I see Top Shelf Dustin has joined the party. Cheers, Dustin. Welcome to the party. Top Shelf Dustin, Mr. Great Shot, Cancer Mouse, Easy Street, Bimbo, Goddamn Bacon is. I can't say Bacon's full screen name there without like going Goddamn Bacon. I can't do that without like doing the inflection on the name there. Anyway, I think we're set. Time for the answers. Doop, 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 doop. Entertainment answers, round 3. The network with the first television commercial was NBC or WNBT. Those are the 2 correct answers they gave. I believe NBC is also WNBC. Is it? Doesn't matter. The author wrote books under Currer Bell. Pseudonym was Charlotte Bronte. Charlotte Bronte. Dimsdale, California is the setting for the Fairly Odd Parents. The brothers that directed What About There's Something About Mary, Shallow Hal, Dumb and Dumber were the Farrelly brothers. Farrelly brothers. The original 1996 Resident Evil took place in Raccoon City. The Man in Black was Johnny Cash. The Mask, The Holiday, and Gangs of New York was Cameron Diaz. Also, Something About Mary. The entertainer who was granted the most Make-A-Wish Foundation wishes is John Cena. John Cena. And Dark Helmet was played by Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis. A great depiction of Dark Helmet, too. The novelized version really, really captured the whole Dark Helmet ethos, and Rick Moranis just really, really brought it to life. I was super proud of that. Literature on screen is what Spaceballs was. Oh my God, it was amazing. Some of the best movie making ever. And if you didn't like it, you're probably a bad person. You should just know that everybody's judging you. How we doing, Lisa?
I'm working on it.
You're awesome, by the way. I don't know if anybody's told you that today, and if they haven't, that's a travesty, because you are indeed an awesome individual. So, and if people have encountered you and not told you that, they suck. You have a right to poke them in their eyeball with your thumb.
Someone did tell me thank you for all my hard work over the past few weeks, and then somebody else told me that my work product that I sent to them this morning was excellent.
Well, that's awesome. See, like I said, you're awesome. And when you encounter people and they don't tell you you're awesome, you of all people on this planet have a right to poke them in the eye. And they'll be like, "What the hell? Who are you?" You're like, "You don't even understand." And that's your problem. All right. How we doing? Oh, goodness.
All right, Top Shelf Dustin, you need to tell me about the television series that Rick Moranis has coming out. Okay, Easy Street with Jen got 2 this round. Bimbo Barbarella got 3. Bacon got 3. Mr. Great Shot got 2. Cancer Mouse got 1, and Top Shelf Justin got 5.
5 out of 9.
Our
Nice.
totals. Easy Street with Jen has 8. Bimbo Barbarella has 12. Bacon has 4. Mr. Great Shot has 4. Cancer Mouse has 1, and Top Shelf Dustin has 5.
I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have had 5. Well, 4. I'd had 4. I'd had 4. I don't think I would have gotten Raccoon City. No, I would have gotten I knew Raccoon City. Which was the one I would have missed? Hang on, let me double check that. Cameron Diaz Johnson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'd had 5. That was a fun round. It was an interesting round. Dumb, but fun, all the same. All right, let's go. Are we ready? Are we ready for round? What round are we on? 4. Ooh, the penultimate round. Penultimate.
What, round 4 is?
Yeah, there's only 5 rounds.
Oh, you took out the matching round?
I took out the matching round because it's just a shit show. There's no reason to do the matching round. It's terrible. It's the worst. The matching round it's almost as bad doing the matching round verbally as it is doing the matching round on the screen. It's just terrible. And there were like 4 edits that came for the matching round this time around. So they like sent out the original questions and then sent out the correction and then sent out another correction and then sent out the change of a question and then fixed the matching round. Like, no, we're not doing any of that shit. I'm just asking the questions. We're good. Anyway, Vanessa Kitty's in the house. Cheers, Vanessa.
Speaking of kitties, this is a rare appearance by Whiff and Poof.
Hey, Whiff and Poof. He's just not going to look at the camera. He's just like, I'm above this.
Do you see yourself on TV? You're on TV, Whiff.
That's not TV. That's the internet. Everybody's on the internet. The internet's dumb.
No, I've got YouTube playing on my TV.
The cats know the difference between TV and internet. Everybody's on the internet. You don't have to be special to be on the internet. I'm not special.
That's Huckleberry with his striped tail.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, round 4. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, round 4. History, culture, and geography. This is round 4, baby. You ready to go? Ready to go. We're going to have some round 4 action, baby. Let's go. All right. Question number 1. Located in Canada and more accurately described as a marginal sea of the Arctic Ocean, What body of water is considered the largest bay? Jesus. It's a long walk to get to a simple question. Located in Canada and more accurately described as a marginal sea of the Arctic Ocean, what body of water is considered the world's largest bay? Beyonce. She's the most famous bay. What U.S. state, number 2, what U.S. state borders the most Canadian provinces? What U.S. state borders the most Canadian provinces? Sorry, I had to yawn. I've had that thing stewing for like 10 minutes. Anyway, number 3, what is the literal English translation of the French phrase cordon bleu? What is the literal English translation of the French phrase cordon bleu? Number 4, in what country is the world's tallest mountain outside of Asia? In what country is the world's tallest mountain outside of Asia? Number 5, in what former country was the Rumble in the Jungle fought? In what former country was the Rumble in the Jungle fought? Number 6, during what war was the Battle of Heartbreak Ridge? During what war was the Battle of Heartbreak Bridge? Number 7, what is the only country that borders both Ecuador and Chile? What is the only country that borders both Ecuador and Chile? Question number 8. Who wrote Our Town? Who wrote Our Town? And finally, question number 9. American frontierswoman Martha Jane Canary was better known by what nickname? American frontierswoman Martha Jane Canary was better known by what nickname? 45 seconds goes on the clock. That is the end of round 4. 45 seconds goes on the clock. Starting now, get your answers in. Type them all on one line, separated by numerals to designate the answer, the question that answer corresponds to. Hit enter, and all of your answers shall show up in one single chat bubble so that we can see them without losing it. That was 22 seconds. I'm not getting better. I'm getting worse.
No. Just, I think you're rambling faster.
Rambling. You act like what I say isn't important. You sure you're not my wife in disguise? Good God. It is so fun when people come to the distillery. Somebody asked me today, I was at that Woodland store. Somebody had come in a couple of weeks ago. You were signing bottles. He's like, is that your wife? I'm like, no, it's not my wife. We just fuck a lot. And he was like, what? I'm kidding. I didn't say that. I just say that to give you a rise. I just want to see the reaction from you.
So wrong. So wrong.
Like, no, we're not married. She just cleans the house a lot. It's fine. It's good. She just nags me like a wife, you know. Anyway.
Come over to your house and like start cleaning the kitchen island and organizing the stuff on the countertops.
One of these days, I'm going to clean that kitchen out, and it's just going to be like, oh, fun story. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you at the end of this round. Time for answers. I'm gonna pick on my real wife in a minute. It's gonna be funny. Question 1: Hudson Bay, the largest bay in the world. Hudson Bay. That is number 1. Hudson Bay. Number 2: the state that borders the most provinces is Montana. Montana borders 3: BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, which is a real place of all the things to name a thing. And it even has a city in it called Regina. Ugh, Canadians are so weird. And they have another city called Saskatoon. The whole country is a comic book. It really is. It just cracks me up that it even exists. Number 3. The literal English translation of cordon bleu is blue ribbon. Blue ribbon is what cordon bleu means. The largest mountain outside of Asia is in Argentina. The rumble in the jungle was fought in Zaire. Rumble in the jungle was fought in Zaire, not the Democratic Republic of Congo. It says it right there. That actually says that Zaire, not Democratic Republic of Congo. During what war was the Battle of Heartbreak Bridge? That was Korean War. Heartbreak Bridge was Korean War. Ecuador and Chile borders Peru. The only country that borders both Ecuador and Chile is Peru. Who wrote Our Town? That was Thornton Wilder. You have to say it. That's the only way to properly pronounce that name. Thornton. You gotta like lock your jaw and stick it out a little bit. Thornton. Otherwise, you swallow the N, and it sounds like Thornton. You stick your chin out like this. It's Thornton. It's the only way you can do it. It really is. An American frontierswoman named Martha Jane Canary went by Calamity Jane. Martha Jane Canary was Calamity Jane. There you go. I think the average correct answers will be 3.
Okay, what was the one about the country that bordered Ecuador and Chile?
Ecuador and Chile is bordered by Peru. The only country that borders them both is Peru. Peru. Oddly enough, no kangaroos in Peru. But they do have... No, wait. I think it's Ecuador? No, Peru. Peru has llamas and alpacas. Ecuador has guinea pigs. Scads of them. They eat them.
Oh.
They are farmed. Ecuadorian cuisine is guinea pigs. And I think Peru, too. Fly into Thule, Greenland, watching over test conditions of what we called aircraft igloo containers, basically 4 large insulated containers per aircraft pallet. Oh, that sounds fun. It sounds super fun. Arctic days. I think of Arctic days this time of year. Miss Hopkins is in the house. Cheers, Mrs. Hopkins. She rolled herself out of the cabana by the pool. Set down the floppy hat, picked up her laptop, opened it up to see what was going on YouTube. And she's like, oh, the whiskey guy's doing a thing. I'm going to participate in some trivia. Raoul, bring me another mojito, please. This is Miss Hopkins' life. There at the pool at the resort in, let's go with Cabo, the Mexican Riviera off there on the West Coast. That's where I'm going to go with. Yeah. So. Oh, goodness. I was a male friend for surgery, and they asked about our relationship. I said I was his girlfriend, but not tell my husband. Actually, that's a story that me and my lovely wife do every time we go on a cruise. We haven't been on a cruise in, God, too fucking long. But when we go on cruises, I tell people that we met at a Carnival cruise like 10 years ago. It's always 10 years ago. We met on a Carnival cruise 10 years ago, and this is our 10th anniversary. This is our 5th trip together, and we meet every other year on a Carnival cruise. We come back together, we leave and go back to our families, and we come back and like together on the Carnival cruise. I'm Francois, this is Gigi, and she's like, oh my God, he's telling the story again. He's the worst. But then I'll like, resurrect the story when we're talking to strangers, and she regularly gets mortified when I take her out in public. Or when she takes me out in public. It is so much fun. Because it is so easy to mortify my wife. I love her to death. She puts up with all my shit.
She's a saint.
When she gets her wings, it'll be because of me.
Yep.
Oy. Anyway,
Okay.
so how'd we do this round?
Easy Street with Jen got 1.
Woo!
Bimbo Barbarella got 3.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon got 0. Mr. Great Shot got 0. Cancer Mouse got 1. And Top Shelf Dustin got 4.
Wow. So the average
So-
was like 2.
Easy Street with Jen has 9. Bimbo
Okay.
Barbarella has 15. Bacon has 4. Mr. Great Shot has 4. Cancer Mouse has 2. And Top Shelf Dustin has 9.
Well, there you go. There you go. And just for the record, the matching round was soap operas and the cities that they're based in.
Oh, good grief.
And because nobody here is like 75 years old and watches soap operas from the 80s, we're not doing that. It's so ridiculous. Speaking of which, Joan Collins of Dynasty fame in the 1980s, the elegant Joan fucking Collins, is doing cell phone app advertisements for some game called some casino game, some big ticket casino something or another. She's doing video game advertisements for your phone. She's advertising an app. Can't believe that woman, of all people. She's so weird. So weird to see her face pop up on my phone for an app ad. Anyway, so this is the final round, and this round is worth 2 points. That means there's 18 points that are available to every possible contestant. And as Lisa said, the points are pretty tight. And of course, they don't mean anything anyways in the grand scheme of things, because at the end of the game, you're still going to be able to go home and relax and have fun, and nobody is going to come and purge you like we talked about last night. But round 7, general knowledge. Of course, I guess if you wanted to, you could bet a purge. I mean, all the questions are worth double. But if you wanted to, I don't know, risk it all, and if you don't get them all, safety doc's in the house. Cheers, safety doc. If you don't get them all right, then you get purged. I mean, we could arrange for that to happen. I guess you could put down a bet that I'm gonna, get 16 points, and if you don't get 16 points, you get purged. And we can arrange for that. I know people. I'm just saying.
Whiff and Poof is intently watching the television.
Intently.
Yes.
Intently.
Yes. He's got his eyes on you.
I've been watched by scarier people. All right, we're on a round.
Yeah.
What's the spread of points? Who's got the high points?
Bimbo Barbarella has 15.
Uh-huh.
Cancer Mouse has 2.
Okay, so we're between. So it conceivably there's 18 points up for grabs. Conceivably, if Bimbo Barbarella gets shut out, she can be caught. I'm just saying. It's not out of the question. I don't think anybody's asking the question, but it's not out of the question. Round 5, double the points. Let's go. General knowledge. Question 1. What British archaeologist and Egyptologist, became world famous for rediscovering Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922? What British archaeologist and Egyptologist became world famous for rediscovering Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922? Question 2. Who was the first golfer to win the Masters tournament 4 times? Not in 1 year, that would have been a record. Who, as it is, this was a record. Who was the first golfer to win the Masters tournament 4 times? Question number 3. What is the alphanumeric designation of the military airplane known as the Stratofortress? What is the alphanumeric designation of the military airplane known as the Stratofortress? Question number 4. Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes played their entire career for which English Premier League club? Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes played their entire career for which English Premier League club? Number 5. What organ system does the spleen belong to? What organ system does the spleen belong to? The spleen, played by Paul Rubens in The Mystery Men. That was such a great movie. Question number 6. According to an Emily Dickinson poem, what virtue is the thing with feathers perches in the soul? According to an Emily Dickinson poem, what virtue is the thing with feathers perches in the soul? And I am reading that word for word. So if it sounds weird, that's how it's written. What virtue is the thing with feathers perches in the soul? Number 7. In the world of detecting objects underwater, what does sonar stand for? In the world of detecting objects underwater, what does sonar stand for? Number 8. The Köppen system is a classification system for what? The Köppen system is a classification system for what? And finally, number 9. What author recited his own poem, The Gift of Outright, at President John F. Kennedy's inauguration? What author recited his own poem, The Gift of Outright, at President John F. Kennedy's inauguration? That's 45 seconds going on the clock. And get your answers into the system, boys and girls. Otherwise, I'm going to slap your face and call you ugly. Shee you.
Really?
Well, obviously not. I can't reach through this computer screen and slap people, no matter how badly I wanted to do that when I was working at the bank. Ring, ring. Hello. Did you get my email? Fuck you. That's what I got. God damn. Quit calling me, people. You just sent me the goddamn email. How you think I'm going to answer the email? I ain't even had time to type a response, and you're calling me? Eat a bag of dicks. God, I hate the bank. Oh, so we're doing a comedy show on the 20th of September down in Pasadena, if you want to come.
Okay.
We give you whiplash going between topics like I do. Told you, I'm in a mood. I am in a fucking mood today. I am in a mood.
What's in Pasadena?
A comedy show. I mean...
What? Like where?
It's a place called Winters.
Okay.
And, it's in Pasadena. So, there you go. That's 45 seconds. If you don't have your answers in, tough shit. Because we're going to give the answers now. General knowledge, round 7, question 1. The British archaeologist that discovered Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 was Howard Carter. Howard Carter. The golfer that won the Masters tournament 4 times, Arnold Palmer, but not in 1 year, so, Arnold Palmer won the Masters tournament 4 times. The alphanumeric designation of the Stratofortress was either B52 or B52H. Either one is acceptable. Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes played for Manchester United. That was Manchester United. That was the answer to number 4. Number 5, the spleen. Spleen. He had this lisp in the back of his word, so it wasn't like he was. I'm the spleen. He would do it in the back, not in the front. It wasn't spleen. It was spleen. It was a lisp in the back. Paul Rubens is a great fucking actor, and by the way, Mystery Men, great movie. Anyway, the spleen was part of the lymphatic system. Spleen is part of the lymphatic system. His superpower was that he could fart on command and directionally. So hilarious. Anyway. Mystery Men is such a great movie. Where was I? Number 6. An Emily Dickinson poem. Hope is the thing with feathers perches in your soul. And I knew that for some strange reason. Hope is the thing with feathers. Hope is the answer to number 6. Number 7. The world of detecting objects underwater. Sonar stands for sound navigation and ranging. Sound navigation and ranging. The Köppen system, Koppen, but has little dots over the O. The Köppen system is a classification system for climate. It's climate. And the author recited his own poem at President John F. Kennedy's inauguration was Robert Frost. Robert Frost. Who was an icy son of a bitch. Blinged out. Cold as ice. Damn. That's one bad honky. He was, indeed. Is it ever appropriate to quote Macklemore? I think it is. I think it is. I'm going to go with a yes to that question. I'm just going to knock everything around here. Don't mind me. Bring my chat window back up because I bumped into things because I'm a dope. All right, so the tiebreaker. Do we need the tiebreaker? Arnold Palmer makes a great drink. Yes, he does. But to be completely honest, I'm drinking what John Daly's drinking. That dude is just having the time of his fucking life out there on the golf course. He shows up in flip-flops. He's got a big old white beard and a big old fat gut, and he's just leaning on his golf clubs like he doesn't have a care in the world. He is awesome. And he just doesn't, he does not, he has zero fucks to give in that golf bag he has. Cancer Mouse, it says lymphatic system. I mean, I'm just reading it. I don't know. The only spleen I know of is part of the Mystery Men. But I guess we could look it up. I don't know what it does in the digestive system. Spleen. Let's see. Spleen. S-P-L-E-E-N. The spleen is a fist-sized organ in the upper left side of your abdomen next to your stomach and behind your ribs. It's an important part of your immune system. That says immune system here. Who is this? This is the National Health Society. Fist-sized organ, part of your immune system. What does it do? It fights invading germs. It controls the levels of blood cells. It filters spleen problems. Blah, blah, blah. Painful spleen, damaged spleen, ruptured spleens. I think the spleen controlling farts and being able to shoot them across the room is pretty awesome, to be quite honest. The spleen is an organ found in all vertebrates. Similar in structure to a large lymph node, it acts primarily as a blood filter. It is definitely not the digestive system. Immune system, or lymphatic system. It's right there, according to the Wikipedias. Splenetic artery, splenetic vein, and the splenetic plexus is the nerve that it's attached to. The spleen plays a very important role in regards to red blood cells and the immune system. How about that? I bet it tastes like chocolate. Anyway. All right, so what do we got? We got points. Points.
I got distracted by an article on anyway, so points, right? Easy Street with Jen got 1, Bimbo Barbarella got I'm sorry. This is how many questions correct they got. Bacon got 1. Mr. Great Shot got 0. Questions correct. So for points, Easy Street with Jen got 2. Bibba Barbarella got 4. Bacon got 2. Mr. Great Shot got 0. Cancer got 2. Easy Street with Jen has a total of 11. Barbarella 6. Mr. Great Shot has a total of 4. Cancer Mouse has a total of 4. And Top Shelf Dustin has a total of 17.
Okay.
So Bobo Barbarella was in first place with 19 points. Top Shelf Dustin was in second place with 17. And third place was Easy Street with Jen with 11.
Awesome. So we got Barbarella, Dustin, and Jen.
Yep.
So that's 4 slots, 2 slots, and 1 slot on the wheel, and everybody else who has participated in chat, including Solitude Surfer, whose name I just saw pop up, get on the list of the wheel. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry about that. Get on the list to go on the wheel at the end of the night. So there you go. So I see Vanessa, Jen, Safety Talk, Cancer Mouse, Vanessa, Solitude Surfer, Bimbo Barbarella. Like the whole gang's here. It's awesome. It's so sweet. The whole gang. Mrs. Hopkins. We should do like we could write like fan fiction with all the characters from chat. Like this whole like mosaic of dumb shit that I could make up. Goodness gracious. So, what else? Do you want to hang around or do you want to get back to reading your legal crap?
Well, I'm going to finish reading the comments right now, and then I'll get back to reading.
The comments are delightful. I'm not going to lie. Well, we got less than 5 minutes before I have to reset Zoom again. For some strange reason, Zoom is making me do this and has never made me do this before. I think possibly because I used to be logged in under my lovely wife's teacher account. Possibly.
Oh.
I'm not sure. And then when I reset, I removed Zoom and reset it and got my computer all cleaned up. It like undid that. I don't know. But that might be what's going on. Any dating updates, says Easy Street with Jen.
Oh, let's see. I was supposed to have a date Saturday night and he canceled and rescheduled for Tuesday and he had to cancel again, which is fine. Exhausted Saturday. So mom had gotten sick and he was taking care of her. So, stuff happens. I get it.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, whatever.
But so my friend Tim.
Yes, I know Tim.
So he is on Bumble.
Okay.
And
did you match with Tim?
No.
Okay, because that would have been fun.
He has been sending me screenshots of what he's found on Bumble.
Oh.
Keep in mind, he's in Arkansas.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
So are these women with fish?
Yes, there are open with fish.
Of
So
course.
yeah, I'm gonna have to put together, a special unhinged. Ugh.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
A very special hinge. The Christmas episode. Well, you're old enough to know the very special episodes that they used to do on sitcoms and Saturday morning. Very special episodes where they talked about a serious topic. The very special episode from Different Strokes where uh, I want to say his name was Douglas, but it wasn't Douglas.
Willis?
Not Willis. Willis was the older brother, the younger brother. Um,
Right.
yeah, he got molested and stuff. Um, I think one of them got molested or almost molested. I can't remember if it was actually molested or attempted molested. Anyway, that was the very special episodes back when I was a kid. That's what we were uh, gifted with of very special episodes. And it
And
was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air episode where they had a very special episode when Carlton uh, goes to gets pulled over because he's black and driving a BMW in a white neighborhood. The very special episode where where Will's character almost gets shot by someone but doesn't get shot. I think Carlton got shot instead. Anyway, very special
I
episode.
don't know if it was a very special episode, but I remember the episode of Punky Brewster where somebody hid in an old refrigerator or something.
Oh, right. Yeah. See, when I
So,
was a kid, hang on, let's reset Zoom real quick before it shits out on us. Get my where's my damn cursor? There it is. Come on back
I've
in just
got
a
to
second.
go.
Well, no, come on
So,
back just a second. You can go in a minute.
okay.
I'm gonna bully Lisa into staying in the show for another 3 hours. She'll love it. She'll love every minute of it too. She'll absolutely love every minute of it. Let's start with let's get the computer audio working. So when Lisa pops in, we'll give it 3, 2, 1. Where's Lisa? Hey, handsome. How you doing? What's up? I am in such a fucking mood tonight. Oh my god, I am in such a mood. There's Lisa. Anyway, okay, so as I was saying, when we were kids, the whole idea of suffocating in an old refrigerator was like we had health classes where they talked about the dangers of playing hide and seek in an old refrigerator. Like that was something anybody would do.
Yeah, it's either a refrigerator, like a cooler or something. I don't know.
But you see, I think the whole point was when my my grandparents had refrigerators with an actual latch that would lock. But my parents never had a refrigerator with a latch that would lock. But my grandmother had that, an actual ice box. She lived in Louisiana, where they don't really have like anything. But it was Natchitoches, so it was civilized somewhat. They had plumbing, at least. But my grandmother had an old ice box refrigerator that actually had like you put the big old chunk of ice in the top, and she had an old like plug-in refrigerator that actually had that latch, the locking latch, but we never had those, and that was I remember this vividly, a whole fucking health class and watching uh, uh, PSAs, don't hide in refrigerators because you could suffocate. And that was like, that was never a thing. Like quicksand was something we needed to be afraid of when we were kids, but that's not a thing, best I can tell, anywhere ever. Um, Quicksand, refrigerators, and catching on fire. The whole stop, drop, and roll. You had a whole health class on how to put yourself out if you caught on fire. Do you know anybody who's ever caught on fire and needed to stop, drop, and roll? Ever? Anywhere? Anyone?
Now, Joe,
I don't think catching on fire is a thing. I don't think that people catch on fire the way they thought people caught on fire back when we were kids, because I don't even think that's a class that my kids have to go to anymore. That's just not a thing. Were we more combustible as children? I don't know. Times have changed. Kids are soft.
Well, I mean,
They don't have to worry about quicksand or refrigerators or catching on fire. Is getting in a van with candy anything anymore? Is that even a thing? Are there people with vans with candy?
yeah, I think it's more like human trafficking.
Well, I mean,
But
that's obviously a thing, but
yeah, but I think it's geared more towards women. Like I think the fear mongering that I've seen on social media.
well,
Uh,
we know that that's a thing because there's a whole like series of Liam Neeson movies about like getting snatched out of your bed or whatever. But I'm talking about like going to elementary school and being told if somebody offers you candy and they got a van and they've got candy in the van, you don't go to the van. I don't think that's a I don't think that's a threat anymore. Do people still try to lure kids? Because I know when I was a kid, that was like a real thing. The whole like candy in the van. Is that
well,
even a thing? Do people try to kidnap kids with candy in a van anymore? Or do they just pull up next to them and snatch them by the neck and suck them into the van right off their bike?
I don't know.
That is exactly what my wife tells me when I ask these questions. I don't know. And usually it's in the middle of a yawn because she is so bored.
Well, I'm tired and
I
I
don't
need to,
know. Shut up.
probably read a couple more cases before I go to bed.
Are they
And
briefcases?
absorb all of this information and reorganize it.
Have you watched any of the Alex Jones trial? Do you
I
watch litigation? Do you watch pop culture trials as they're happening?
no.
No, you're not like a fan of the law as it's happening in real life. You just like the old cases that are said. We're not like the Johnny Depp trial or the OJ trial or the Alex Jones trial. Do you watch any of that shit?
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
No. I have followed a bit of the Alex Jones trial on Twitter because Dan Solomon has been tweeting about it. Um,
Which trial on Twitter? Sorry, I was reading comments over here. Which
oh, Dan Solomon,
Dan Solomon.
yeah, Texas Monthly, I
Okay.
think. He's been tweeting about it, and I saw the clip of where the judge tells Alex Jones to spit his gum out.
Oh,
He's like, it's not gum. I just had a tooth removed. Do you want to see? She's like, no, I don't want to see.
I saw a clip today. I saw a clip from the trial today of the judge saying, "I can't believe I have to tell y'all this, but here I am telling y'all this. When you're in the stand over here, you have to be truthful with your answers and answer the question that's being asked. This is not your radio show. You can't put forward whatever version of whatever reality you're trying to push. You just have to be truthful with the answers that you're being asked. Otherwise, that's perjury." I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy is so fucked.
Yeah,
And it couldn't happen to a better guy. It really couldn't. He is
I mean,
absolutely one of the worst human individuals in the entire universe. And the universe is full of humans, from what I understand, if you watch Star Trek and Star Wars.
so I follow quite a few attorneys on Twitter, so I've seen comments come up about are his attorneys really that dumb? Or here's this, you know, crack strategy of having, the judge hate Alex Jones's attorney more, or I don't remember if it's a jury trial or not. But anyway, whoever, judge, jury, whoever, hating Alexis Jones's attorney more than they hate Alex Jones, which is
yeah.
impressive.
And that was in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard nonsensical defamation thing. It was, I mean, they were put in this position of defending somebody who was apparently defaming somebody else, and I mean, I kind of find myself feeling sympathy towards the lawyers who are, because they have a duty to defend and present the best defense for their client. But man, when your client is just a lying sack of shit, I mean, if you know they committed the murder, your duty as the lawyer is to try and get them the best sentence, whatever, like avoid death, whatever, or get them off scot free entirely if you're Johnny Cochran and O.J. Simpson's attorneys. But man, when you got a guy who's just he's a liar, and he knows he's a liar, and he knows he's been lying, and you're the attorney that's trying to defend him in the defamation case, and he's a liar, and he's like, and you're just like, what can I do? I'm just the law is what the law is. Maybe and then he just doesn't stop lying. It's like what do you do as a lawyer? How do you I feel for him. I really do. I mean, they can't possibly be that incompetent. They're just given a bad hand. You're sitting there with a 2, a 6, a 9, and a king in your hand, and you're just like, call, I guess. I got nothing. I really got nothing. I'm just trying to, I'll go fish. What are they going to do? They're playing poker with the absolute worst hand.
Well, I
Bless
mean,
their sweet little hearts.
some of it's, sometimes it's good lawyers with bad clients. Sometimes it's bad lawyers with bad clients. I mean, there is a wide range of talent and ethics and skill in this profession, as there is in any profession.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
Anyway.
I get that. And I wonder, like, we've seen several cases over the last 5 or 6 years where there's like real, I'm trying to find the right word. Real, like the client, the defender, the defense, the client is a real dirtbag. I think that's the best way to describe it. A real dirtbag. And like the lawyers they don't seem to be
That's a term of art.
they don't seem to be particularly competent. They're idiot clients and idiot lawyers, or they seem to be idiot lawyers. And I'm wondering if it's like all the good lawyers are like, I ain't touching that. I don't want to have anything to do with this shit. I'm no way. But and if it's like in The Simpsons, where they're trying to find a doctor who will give Homer Simpson advice on how to get fat enough to get disability pay, and Dr. Hibbard is like, I won't do that. That's unethical. And they're like, well, will you refer me to a doctor that will? And he's like, yeah, go see Dr. Nick. And they go into Dr. Nick's office. He goes, I'll refer you. And like, if they just shop around for lawyers that are dumb enough, incompetent enough, or just bad enough that they're like, yeah, I'll take your fucking money, whatever. Let's do this. Let's sink this ship. Let's go. Woohoo! and then when we're done with this crap, I'll go back to traffic school or whatever. And just for the record, he's top shelf. Alex Jones lost the defamation case because he was defaming the people from Sandy Hook. He didn't lose on procedural grounds. He lost because he was actually doing the thing he was accused of. And there's a procedure in that he was guilty. That was like the grand scheme of things. That's what it was. I mean, there were some legal shit around it, but he did the thing that he was accused of doing, and that is why he lost. So it's not always the case where when you're accused of doing the thing and a case comes against you that you're accused of doing that thing that you actually lose. But in most cases, when you do the thing that you're accused of doing and the case goes to court, then you lose. That's generally, not always, certainly not always, but generally how the legal system works, generally speaking. So, I mean, there are, of course, false positives and false negatives on both sides, where people who are accused of something they didn't do still go to jail, and who are not accused of things they did do never actually goes to court. But generally speaking, that vast middle ground where people are accused of a thing they did and people are accused of a thing they didn't do, here they're like found not guilty, and here they're found guilty, generally speaking. Generally. Not always. Not always.
Missed a lot in chat.
I mean, our system isn't perfect. Innocent people go to jail. Innocent people lose civil cases. Innocent people don't always win their case. And guilty people don't always get convicted. That's generally the case. But in this case, guilty people did, in fact, get what they had coming to them. So. And that's just how it tends to work when you are actively defaming and lying about reality, and continuing to do so for that matter. Lise, so what do we have updates for next week? Do we have anything going on next week? We have trivia on Thursday. I don't have any tastings next week until the end of the week. So there's probably.
I thought you had a tasting.
Say again?
I thought you had a tasting next week.
I do, but it's at the end of next week. I'm going to be in Dallas Friday. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to be in Atascocita tomorrow from 2 to 5. Dallas on Saturday the 6th. And my tasting next week isn't until Saturday when I start the tour of Total Wines, which is going to be super exciting because I haven't been to Total Wines in forever. So next week, we'll probably do a couple of live shows from the distillery. Would you like to build a bar with me next week? If you have time.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's fair. I'll take maybe.
Like, when? Where? Why?
Well, it'll be at the distillery, obviously. Oh, they don't know about the tasting room that I'm working on.
No, they don't, but save that.
I'm going to keep that a secret for another couple of weeks until we get a confirmation that we can do it.
Right.
Do the tasting room, not do it. Do the tasting room. Yeah.
Bacon asked regarding these dating apps, would it look better if guys were holding fish they breaded and fried already?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna go with yes. And I've actually got crappie defrosting in my fridge as a result of the fishing that was done a few weeks ago when I learned how to clean fish, and I'm good at it and I enjoy it. So
is it a red fish or blue fish?
It was not a red fish or a blue fish,
The
but
white
it was
fish.
one fish and two fish.
Une fiche, deux fiches. Rouge, poisson. Une poisson, deux poissons, poisson rouge, poisson bleu. It just sounds so pretty in French. I love the French language, even if it's spoken by filthy, disgusting Frenchmen. That's the worst part about France, is it's full of Frenchmen. Other than that, it's just a gorgeous country. She's checked out entirely.
No, I'm reading the comments. I mean, this whole drama with the safety dog's garage floor.
I saw that. There was some acetone and he was like putting in the epoxy coating. Is that what I saw? Like putting in the
Yeah,
epoxy and paint.
all went wrong.
Yeah, it's tricky. It is a tricky process. I've read about it. I was thinking about doing the epoxy coating on the floor of our distillery, but with all that, it was just like, no, that I'm gonna leave the floor as it is in the distillery. It'll be fine. Um, my lovely Easy Street, my lovely wife speaks French, and that was my pandemic project. I did a full 12 months of French uh, with one of the apps. I did a full 12 months with one of the apps, and it was, I mean, it was fun. I was fairly, I don't know, I guess I'm probably middle school fluent in French. I did good enough with the app, and then after I hit the 12-month mark, I was like, I did it. And then I stopped for like a month, and now I can barely speak lick a damn French. But I'm sure if I turned the app back on and got back into it, um, I don't even know what the app was called. Can't remember.
Is
It'll
it
come back. No, it wasn't Babel or Babel. It was
Is it Duolingo?
Duolingo. That was it. There it is. I'm looking at it right now. Duolingo.
So Bacon says that he still has a desk that he stole from elementary school in his basement in case of a nuclear
For
attack.
nuclear war, yeah. Those desks are impervious to anything. That was the other thing uh, that we were well trained at in elementary school. Because I remember that up to 1986, we were diving under desks for nuclear drill. We had fire drills, nuclear drills, and I don't think we ever had tornado drills.
Seriously?
I don't think we ever did those.
Oh yeah, we
But,
did those.
but I remember them existing, so we probably did it at some point when I was in either elementary or middle school. Because I remember them existing. And we would all go, I guess it was elementary school, because we'd all go to the center of the our rooms were arranged. There were 4 classrooms and then a central gathering space. And in 5th grade, there were 5 classrooms and a central gathering space. So we would all congregate in the center, away from the edges. So
Top Shelf commented, "Wow, I mostly use it to follow a bunch of attorneys." Oh, and a basset hound.
okay, say that one more time. You mostly do what?
I mostly follow other attorneys.
Oh,
and a basset hound.
Gotcha. On Twitter, gotcha. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I've been watching the chat go through, but I haven't been like responding. I've been watching it. It's been entertaining me because they've been having my chat's on this side of my screen, right, by the way. They've been having their own like conversations over here while we've been prattering on. You'll do it after the top shelf. Behave. Left eye is getting worse. Okay, I messed something up there. So what I do on Wednesday nights, this is the fun part of Wednesday nights. So we start the show on Wednesday, and I do I do the topical monologue, and that puts us up until about the 45-minute mark of the show, and then I spend the next like hour and a half catching up chat. I go back to the beginning of the monologue, which is about the 15-minute mark, and I just start scrolling through chat and catching it up. And when they're particularly malicious on a Wednesday night, they just start going off and having conversations and like just carrying the conversation on. Then the conversation goes back in this loop where I mention something at like 10:30 and they comment on it at 10:30, and then by 10:50 I'm down to those comments, and then we go back to that conversation from 10:30, and it just like goes in this vicious loop that keeps circling around. There's like 5 conversations going on at the same time. It's hilarious. But you're usually asleep by that hour anyway. So
Well, I'm at least in bed. I may or not may
Yeah.
not be actually asleep. That's kind of a problem.
Yeah, sure. Oh, goodness gracious. So I've got to take this box. Look at the box, Lise. You haven't seen the box. Our new box for our giveaway in September. The new box. I will be sanding this down and taking off all the decals. And then inside this box, this is probably the best part. There's room for 4 samples.
Ooh.
And a cigar and a
Shot
shot
glass.
glass.
Did you get more?
I got another one. It's fine. Yeah, I got another one. It's right here. Huh?
No, did you order more?
I do. I need to order more. I haven't yet, but I do need to order more.
Glasses.
I think we're down to our last dozen or so. But I do need to order more before we open back up in the fall.
Yeah.
So that is on the list of shit to do, along with the new whiskey lines, the 2 new whiskey lines, and the replenishment of the stock that we have, and bottling everything up, and getting more labels, and getting tasting room built out, getting the tables, the bar, getting other merch, booking bands, booking performers. Yeah, I have a list of shit to do. But mostly it's play Fortnite and other Xbox games, Fortnite and Minecraft. Mostly that's what's on the list.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna say good night.
Lisa, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us and working with us through the whatchamacallit? What is that called? Trivia. Appreciate it.
Good to see you guys, or be with you guys and whatnot.
This is the best way to see most of these people. Just text. Just words on a screen. This is the best way to see them.
Oh, you're terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Because I've seen them on their other live streams. I know what they look like. This is the best way to see these people. I'm kidding. Y'all are all gorgeous. You're absolutely gorgeous. In fact, y'all look even better after my 3rd cocktail.
I'm going to bed.
Good night, Lise. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure.
Bye.
I'm going to be unchaperoned for the rest of the night, kids.
Good luck, you guys out there. Joe, good luck to you guys.
Uh-huh. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch cameras, too. I'm going to switch cameras, and we're going to open up the... Can I open up the chat screen? Is that going to give me my... Nope, that didn't do it. Let me see. Let me see here. If I do this one, open this, and fix that window there. Nope, that didn't do it. How about this one? Yep, that did it. And then I'm going to close the Zoom window and open up the new video source. Is that the one I want? Nope. I want that one. Video capture device. Activate capture device, please. Bingo! Zip zap zooey. Close that window, switch. This is live video production mode right here, kids. I'm going to scooch up a little bit. Soften this light a little bit. Good Lord, it's bright. Wrong way. There we go. Soften that light a little bit. And let's scan back up through chat, shall we? How to surrender in the proper language. Holy shit. She actually does, and every once in a while, not only does she use Twitter, but every once in a while I see her. She shares one of the distillery's stupid tweets or something. And most of my tweets from the distillery are stupid nonsense. So it's a lot of Astros, baseball, a lot of whiskey. activist stuff. You know, I mean, I've got 70, I don't know, 73, 7,400 followers, something like that. So, let's go up to the end of trivia. Spleen. Okay, we're at the end of trivia. Here we go. Company in Philly that does them. Does what? Now I got to scroll up a little higher. Laser cutting system for plexiglass. Ooh. I would like a laser cutting system for wood, as a matter of fact, for barrel heads and things like that. Let's see, where should we start? ISBN for School of Air's audiobook. That's 90% of my social. Oh, by the way, Safety Doc, Lisa has the book that is going into the library, the Humble Library. So as soon as I get that book back from her, I will put it in the library here. So there you go. That is more time on ABC names. Let's scroll. So Safety Doc, what is going on with your floor? Where was that? Where was that with the floor? No, temperature and climate are not considered the same. No, temperature and climate are very different things. They're very different things. Like for example, temperature in the desert, the temperature is both hot and cold depending on what time of day it is. It's really hot during the day, it's really cold at night, but it's still a desert. It is also really hot during the day in, let's say, Houston, but it gets really cool at night, also in Houston. At this time of year even, it can get, well, it's not as cold as in the desert, but even though it's as hot in Houston as it is in a desert during the day, like the desert can be 120 degrees, it could be 120 degrees here in Houston, they are not the same. In fact, Arizona is considered a desert, as is Antarctica. Antarctica is considered a desert because it doesn't snow in Antarctica. It's too damn cold. It doesn't snow. There's not enough precipitation for Antarctica to be considered not a desert. So they are both very different temperatures, but they are both the same climate of desert. And also parts of the ocean are considered a desert because it doesn't rain. It's just there's no I find this to be completely insane. Oh, of course it's oceanic. It's an ocean. That's the eco whatever climate eco area. What the fuck would it be called? Eco echo whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But not fair to compare Arizona and the Pacific Ocean because the Pacific Ocean is just better than Arizona in every measurable way. Barbarella has a dispute. Well, did the 1 point matter? Just out of curiosity. No, you still won the game. Shut up. The spleen modulates harmonics of farts, otherwise they will be flat. That's a good one. That actually is good. That made me laugh when I read it earlier. Pancreatic cancer. Yeah, the pancreas is also part of the lymphatic system, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the lymphatic system, you get cancer into the lymph nodes and it pretty much spreads the whole body because that's like a highway to everywhere. And that sucks. I had a friend of mine who was in the same boat. She had uterine cancer that was, then the uterine cancer spread to the lymph nodes, and then it came from the lymph nodes into the lungs, and then from the lungs and the lymph nodes into the brain, and that's how it got her. It kept jumping from one spot to the next, and it was just, it was a shitty fight, and it sucked, and it was not fair because she was winning, and cancer cheated because cancer sucks, and nobody likes cancer. So there you go. I am not a fan of cancer. If they'd have told me when I was a kid that cancer would be more of a deal than quicksand, then like I'd have been like, all right, well, I need to learn how to avoid cancer. And then they'd be all like, well, you can't. It's just gonna fucking hit you. And you're like, oh shit. Well, all right, tell me more about the quicksand. And then I'd have just learned how to avoid quicksand. Because from what I understand, the best way to avoid quicksand is have somebody throw you a vine from the tree next to you, and then you can just like pull your way out on the vine, and that's pretty much the only way to avoid quicksand. But luckily, there's not. Quicksand isn't a thing. So there you go. Okay, so that's the one. There it is. The epoxy project went to hell. The activator mix was bad. Oh God, that does sound like it sucks. Did you use one of those upright like floor sanders to etch the floor? That's what we used. We didn't use an angle grinder. We used an upright floor sander when we did the floor at the first distillery we had, and it was I mean, it was a hell of a job to ride that thing and run it around, and it was only like 500 square feet. It wasn't huge, um, but there you go. Must be moving the RoboCop. Get some. One organ's taught to perpetrate with a blade was the kidneys. What? What did that know on that? One of the organs we were taught to penetrate, not perpetrate. Penetrate it should be. Rough night, brain hurts, Robo Boys. Da 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 da. What else do we got? How far back am I? How far back did I go? I went too far back, is what I did. All right, Mr. Great Shot bailed out on us. See you, Mr. Great Shot. StreamYard, I may try and use StreamYard again now that we have cleaned up, or now that I have my systems cleaned up. I may try to use StreamYard again. In fact, I may try to use StreamYard right now. Let's see if, because I know I can do StreamYard and just use it. I can run StreamYard into OBS. Now, you know what? I'm not going to do it now. Things are going well. I'll try that with another stream another day where I'll do a StreamYard panel thing. But I know I can turn on StreamYard and people can come into StreamYard and I can still broadcast on OBS and do all my OBS stuff. The biggest issue I had with StreamYard when I was using StreamYard is that it started sucking after it got bought by the people that bought StreamYard at the beginning of this year. And that's when I quit using it because it was just a mess. And it was lagging and people were trying to connect in and it wasn't connecting in properly and it was just a mess. Use acetone in the angle grinder. Yeah, try Safety Doc. I would strongly recommend renting one of those upright floor sander things. They cover a whole lot more ground, literally, and they're just. I mean, it's like $300 to rent it for the day, but good God, it saves you so much of it's such a pain in the ass to use a small angle grinder. But yeah, you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever they rent equipment like that. Anyway, and that's a whole saga. Flooring guy, take a look to see if they can just grind it down. Not a bad plan. Not a bad plan at all. Okay. So I'm going to hard to argue that it was an application error. Really just isn't much. Dismores has 200% money. Oh, really? Dismores has 200% money back. That's good to know. Because I'm likely going to be doing the floor in the tasting room, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do the floor in the tasting room. And I think I'm just going to be painting it because we're going to have a wood floor, and I think I'm just going to paint it. So it'll be easy to paint it. You know, just pull out the rollers and the paint and just knock it out that way. Dustin's been in quicksand, says it wasn't that quick. They were preparing us to be crackheads. Um, kicked each other in the what? Kicked each other in the nuts. Um, better fireworks back in the day. Yeah, the pyrotechnics that would light people on fire, that and light venues on fire. I mean, geez. I think I think buildings and decorations were just generally more flammable in the 1980s. I just think that stuff was generally more flammable in the 1980s. I don't think stuff is as flammable today as it used to be, like in general. And partly it's because city regulations just make things safer in general. Building materials that we're allowed to use just make things safer in general. But also, like, I mean, our fire departments are really good at preventing fires. Uh, they're really good from, fire marshals, fire codes. They're really good at preventing fires. Because the best way to stop things from burning down is not to show up with a bunch of water, but to prevent the fire from starting in the first place. So yeah, I think that's why things aren't as flammable as they used to be in general. And this actually made me laugh earlier too when I read this Solitude Surfer. The best advice you ever got was to never trust a fart. Yep. 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 A few friends who pressed their luck and destroyed their trousers. Trousers? 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 Okay. Complete social implosion from opening a pudding factory. Good Lord. Every male who's a creeper, not a hot dude. Trying to snatch one. Oh yeah, that's sure. Um, yep. Uh, they give the kids code words. When my little one was little, I have no problem saying this now. When my little one was no, when my older one was little, um, his you give your friends the code word for when they like are coming in, when they go to pick them up, they have the code word so that the kid, what's the code word? And they say what the code word is, and the kid gets the car. Our code word was there's no code word. So when my kid would say, what's the code word? The correct answer was there's no code word. They're old enough now, they don't need that, but they have rides from friends and other people, and they have, we can text them what the situation is going to be. But my little one had a different code word than my older one, so that they were different words. But that was what my older one's code word was. That if somebody was going to pick you up, the code word was there's no code word, because we were clever like that. I'm sure we're not the only ones who did that. Somebody else did that, I'm sure. No matter how nice you are to the girls on OnlyFans, she just wants your money and she'll never, never meet you. That is so true. That is so true. Same thing with strippers. They're not going to meet you afterwards. They're not going to hook up with you for breakfast and the sex. They just want your money and then they want you to go away. They're not going to, don't hang out for them after their shift. They don't want to talk to you. They're done working. They're just acting like they like you. That's the truth. Until you get really rich, and then they'll act like they like you forever, or until you die. Which, if they're doing it right, it's just going to be a few years. Anyway. Based on some of the dudes act to go get girls. I actually want to side with that one based on how some of the dudes act when they go get girls. Some of the things they say makes me get why they're so afraid of the. Yep, that's fair. That is fair. I know a lot of guys who are afraid of the Me Too thing because they are just straight up dirtbags, and they should be afraid of the Me Too thing because they are dirt bags. They are rapey shitballs, and nobody likes them, and they know that nobody likes them, and they, you know, they one of these days they'll get what they deserve. We know who they are, and we call them out, and yeah. I know plenty of people who've been banned from several bars, and yeah, we have a very good community to police those shitheads. So, you must be prepared for the answers. Yep, there you go. Scary world for men. It is not a scary world for men. It is a scary world for dirtbags. Um, that is what it is. It's a scary world for dirtbags. And the dirtbags who are scared of the world, scared of what the world are becoming, they have good right to be scared for the world that's coming, and they need to do better. That's what they need to do. So yeah, the accidental delivery of all the data to the plaintiff's attorney, and that was kind of what the story over the last couple of days was, when he's been lying the whole time, and he accidentally sent all that information to the other attorneys, and the other attorney was, so do you know what perjury is? Like, it couldn't happen to a better guy. Oh my God, he's just such a piece of crap. Steve Erpenbeck, I saw your name pop across earlier. And see, I wonder, like, when you're an attorney and you think you're defending a decent guy, and then you find out you're like in the middle of the attorneying process, the lawyering process, and then you find out, oh my God, he's just a liar. He wasn't acting in good faith. He wasn't doing his best. He's been lying to me the whole time. I wonder if that's what's happened to this attorney, and then this attorney was just like, yep, let's toss you right over there under the wheels of that bus. I wonder if that's what, and maybe that's. I was wondering if, like, maybe like that attorney is trying to act incompetent so that they have something to appeal with. But this is just in like this is the part of the trial where they're doing the the judgment part. He's already been found. I think he's already been found guilty. This is just the judgment part of the not this. It's not the sentencing, because it's a civil trial. It's the judgment part where they're trying to determine what the penalties are. How about not be a criminal to begin with? That's usually a good start. Not defame people, not break the laws, not start with that, like, process. But you're also right there, Dustin. Most of us break the laws on a regular basis. I mean, I know I sped on the way home today. The speed limit in Houston is just like a suggestion for most people. It's kind of a joke. And that's just the tip of the damn iceberg. I'm fairly certain I ran a red light today too. But that's because I'm selfish. And that's what selfish people do. They run red lights. But this was, I mean, my justification for it is all over the map. But the reality is I had time to slow down, and I should have slowed down and stopped. But I had very important things to do, like be here. And the rest of the world can just accommodate my needs. So there you go. But generally speaking, I don't run red lights because that's kind of a dickhead move. It did look like Alex Jones would correct himself on some of that. Maybe. But it may also fall into the category of too little, too late when it comes to defaming people, and that seems to be what the judgment was. Always assume anytime the judge makes the decision you're wrong. Yeah. That's probably not the best assumption to make, because my hunch is the judges probably know more about the law than you think. Talks about the judge being part of. Oh god, this whole fucking case is going to be just years and years and years of entertainment coming up on the courtroom drama procedural shit. New series on Netflix, Lincoln Law. I've heard about the Lincoln Lawyer, but I haven't seen it yet. I do want to check it out because I've heard good things about it, and I am always a sucker for. I am always a sucker for a good Netflix series. November isn't coming fast enough. I'm going to pour myself one more drink, but this time it's just going to be a shot of whiskey. Measure it out. In fact, I'm just going to leave it in the glass. I don't even need to put it in my mug. I'm just going to sip it out of my shot glass. Cheers. That's a little bit hot. Okay, let's keep going. Just one using of the dating apps, yes. Oh, what just happened? Insanely low number of what happened? Where'd I go? I lost a bunch of the feed. Date the AI, do it after the tasting room, new series. Okay, here we are. We're in this neighborhood. So see, that's another strong endorsement of the Lincoln Lawyer. Top Shelf Dustin says it's a strong show there. So there you go. If he's not a model, best not to use an app. Good Lord. I sound bitter there, man. You need a hug? And yes, easy street. I agree. French is a beautiful language. I thoroughly enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy listening to it. I thoroughly enjoy trying to speak it, and I try to speak it well. But I do have a Texan accent, and when I speak French, it does have a little bit of a twang to it. And I try not to have one, but it is really hard. Really, really, really hard. So there you go. Do. Must be a catch. I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Based on what we've seen, it's not hard to stand. Wait, what? I have my ways, and usually it's something based on the profile, but it's really just a numbers game. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's not hard to stand out. There it is. Look at any dates on those apps. Somebody sounds bitter. Somebody sounds like they used an app and got turned down a lot. Sounds like somebody needs a hug. Rob says about getting on there, these apps, and he's getting success. And he's also 50 and 5'4", as Hamlo so said. Never tell me the odds. Yeah, I mean, we've seen from Lisa what it takes to have a bad profile for dudes, and a lot of dudes they're really bad at marketing themselves, and that's just it seems easy for chicks, and I've lamented about this in my 100,000 views project with my channel, that it's not always the case that if you're a pretty girl, if you have all the proper assets and all the proper breast sets, you get spotted like 15,000 subscribers like that. You're in, like just like that. But that's not necessarily the metric you need to have a successful channel. And I see this in the stores when I'm doing the tastings. This is going to sound impolitic, but it's not untrue. I'll be standing there, the hot models next to me. I'm a middle-aged, doughy, white dude. Hot model next to me, young enough to be my daughter. Guys will come in. Would you like to try they just ignore me, walk past, and then they stop and look at the girl, and they slow down and they come back. I'm like, I see you, dirtbag. Come on over here. Try her whiskey first. Come on over here and talk to me. And then they feel obligated to, because they've been caught being a dirtbag. They feel obligated to do all the whiskeys. And then they, we get their attention, and she I have a chance to sell them a bottle. I actually end up having a higher hit rate when I have eye candy to stop them and then come back to me than I do it when it's just me. But I can still be pretty aggressive and catch them when they try the whiskey. They enjoy the whiskey, and it's the whiskey. If the whiskey sells the whiskey, the sales guy just gets their attention and stops them and grabs them and holds them in their place. And if you can't take advantage of grabbing them and holding them in their place, because I've also seen that where I was in College Station and the cute little college girl next to me had a nice crowd of 4 or 5 dudes around her pretty much the entire day, but was unable to sell shit because they weren't interested in the whiskey, they were interested in her. And I was able to pull people away from her because, she was holding the crowd. She had an inventory of people waiting to, interact. And I do my best work when I'm like one-on-one or two-on-one. And I was able to, pull a guy off of the model, get their attention, bring them over, introduce them to the whiskey, give them some samples. They like the bottles and they go off. And she didn't sell shit. But she had an inventory of guys pretty much the whole time we were there. So it's not, I am living proof that model hot guys are not what you need to sell things. It's just that most guys don't know what they're trying to sell, and they're very bad at doing that. And they think that they're better. They think that their personality is more entertaining than it actually is. They think that the things that they're interested in are interesting to women, and most guys, the things that they're interested in are not really interesting to women. And yeah, it's a function of what you're trying to sell and how you're trying to sell it, and that's it. What was the next thing? We're coming from Silver. Yep. I think you can run across quicksand. Can you walk through quicksand? I don't think quicksand's a thing. I don't think it's much of a thing. Where are we at? It's 10:20. How to avoid quicksand? That was the having your friends with a vine. That is how to be rescued from quicksand. That is exactly correct. The code word, a whale's vagina. What? I was not expecting that. That is awesome. That is awesome. Oh yeah, Top Shelf. You can definitely hook up with the strippers, but that costs you money. They do not want to meet you after for free for breakfast at IHOP. They do not want that. They want to collect an extra $500 for a private show, or $1,000 or whatever the going rate for hookers is nowadays, or strippers. Sorry. Top Shelf. It is not a legit scary world for men. I'm a man. I can tell you, it's not a legitimately scary world for men. It is a legitimately scary world for dirt bags. And then it is not legit. Some men are just scared because they think that they need to be worried, and if they think they need to be worried, they probably should reevaluate their actions. But it's not legitimately scary for men. For most men who aren't assholes, it's not scary at all. For most men who aren't like grabbing asses and trying to grope a boob every once in a while, it's not scary. It's not. Most men, the vast majority of men, will go their entire life without the threat or fear or even the notion that they are harassing or will be accused of harassing someone. most men are not complete, total dirtbags. And for the small minority who are dirtbags, legitimately scary world. Although they're not really scared about it, they're just dirtbags and they're not scared. Then there's another small minority on top of that who think they might be dirtbags and could be dirtbags, and they're like, I hope I don't get caught being a dirtbag because they're like low-key dirtbags. And then it's a scary world for them, but it doesn't have to be because they don't have to be dirtbags because they don't have to choose to be dirtbags. They just need to not be dirtbags, and then they don't have to worry about being dirtbags, but they kind of want to be dirtbags, you know? And then the rest of the dudes, they're just like dudes, and they don't have to be worried about being dirtbags because they're not like looking at their buddy and going, look at her ass, she's got a fucking ass, like put that on my face, wear it like a fucking beard. Those guys, they're fucking assholes, and they should be worried about the world they live in because they're fucking assholes. So, most of the guys aren't that, and it's not a legitimately scary world. It's a legitimately scary world when you're a legitimate piece of shit. And then you can be like, you have to be like legitimately scared of walking around as a piece of shit because the rest of the world may look at you and go, look, that guy's a piece of shit and he's hiding it. We have the receipts because you accidentally sent a dick pic to the wrong person because you're the kind of person that sends dick pics. And if you're that kind of person, then the world is legitimately scary. But if you're not that kind of person, the world's not legitimately scary. You're just like buying into the fear of other dirtbags who are like, oh, I could get accused of being a rapist just because I was in a room with her because I'm a fucking asshole. Well, you put yourself in that situation. What were you wearing to make people think that you might be a rapist? The same type of question that they ask girls, what were you wearing? Because did you give the impression that you really wanted it? Turnabout is fair play, is what I'm saying. Jones's guilty was, however, ultimately not done as you expect. Oh, tell me more. Since he was actually a liar and he did actually defame those families. Because his attorney screwed up on a bunch of procedural grounds. And also, he actually did the thing he was accused of. So, there's that. So, the procedure being, he did it, it went to trial, he was found guilty. That was the procedure. So. At least, yeah, I mean, completely fair. I haven't read through all the transcripts and data and documentation and stories. I've done a very loose scanning of what he did, how the trial came to be. But knowing what he did, I'm glad they fucking sued him for defamation because he defamed them. I mean, he did the thing they said he did the thing they accused him of doing. And he did it repeatedly, and he's actually continuing to do it now. Publicly, even if in court he's doing it privately. So yeah, I mean, full on, the best way to avoid being found guilty for defamation is to not defame people. And there is that. There's more to being worried about. There's more to be worried about than just Me Too. It's complex. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to worry about, but it's not a scary world for guys. It's just a scary world in general for people. Guys, it's not more scary for guys than it is for anyone else. I mean, just don't be an asshole. It's easy. It is not hard. It really isn't hard to go through life and not be an asshole. It's really not that complicated. You can be aggressive. You can be aggressive. You can go for what it is that you want to go for. You can be challenging and strong and really competitive and still not be an asshole. It's really easy to not be an asshole. It really is. Um, um, you wore a suit and it made you look like a rapist. See, when I wore a suit, I thought I looked good in a suit when I wore suits. Um, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't think it made me look like a rapist. I didn't wear like tailored suits though. I just, off the rack Joe Banks suits. Yeah. Um, I mean, don't do the more scary. You're the one. It's a scary world for men. It's not a scary world for men. It's not a scary world. It's no more scary for men than it is for anyone else. In fact, it's probably less scary for men than it is for most other people. Uh, I mean, and that's just a fact of life. That's how it is. We get the good end on that one. We get the of the double standard. We get the good end of the part where it's like, the privilege side. We get the good end of the privilege side because we're guys, and we get, especially middle-aged guys, we get the benefit of the doubt all the time. All the time, we get the benefit of the doubt. Not that men run. Yeah, men run the world. That is the default view, that men run the world and we're on easy. We get the benefit of the doubt, especially middle-aged white men. We get the benefit of the doubt. We have the privilege of being able to walk through the world as if we own it. And there's no place that we're not allowed to be. There's no thing that we're not allowed to do. There's no place that we go where we do not belong. And that's the privilege that we get to enjoy. There's literally no room that you can go into where they'll look at you and go, "You don't belong here. You shouldn't be here. You should leave." With several, there's caveats, of course. There's several caveats there, but there are several caveats because there are certain neighborhoods. I mean, hell, I got pulled over in a neighborhood. I was looking for an apartment to rent on the southeast side of downtown Houston in 1997, and there was a building that was converted into apartments, and I was driving around the block of this building, looking at it on the phone with my girlfriend, saying, "This is really a great place. This is kind of centrally located. It's really close to U of H. It's really close to downtown. I could live here after I graduate and work." And I'm driving around the block, and whoop whoop, lights come on, pull me over, and the cop walks up and he taps on the window and says, "What are you doing here?" Like, I'm looking at this apartment building to rent one of the apartments in this building. It looks like a great place. He's like, "The only people who come around here are prostitutes and drug dealers. You don't." You, I mean, we thought you were probably looking to buy something. I'm like, "No, we're just here." He's like, "Okay, go on," and that was it. That was the end. Didn't pull me out of the car. Didn't interrogate me. Didn't give me any deep like. He was just like, I mean, you should probably move on. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, it wasn't like I was in danger. It wasn't like I was in. My presence was in question. It wasn't like anything like that. It was just like, hey, we're here to be your friend, young white man. Move along. Public service announcement from your friendly neighborhood police officers. And that interaction would not have gone the same way for several of my friends from the same dormitory in which I lived. It's just not. And, um, I mean, that's it. We're just, we have the rest of the world is trying to enjoy the same privileges that we enjoy. And knowing that we have that privilege, not making up the infantile notion that, oh my goodness, is somebody going to come after me on social media because I'm a white guy. That's not going to fucking happen. They're going to come after you because you're an asshole. They're going to come after you because you said something, you did something, and if what you say or I talked about this at length in the shows that I've done about cancel culture. Cancel culture is not. It's a fucking myth. It's bullshit. It's stupid, and it's annoying to even have to discuss it because it's not a fucking thing. It's not a thing. Like the people, and that's not to say that people don't get canceled. They don't lose their career. They don't lose their jobs. They do. But the people that lose their careers and lose their jobs and lose their livelihood, they're legit fucking assholes. And when the mob comes after somebody and the person they come after is not the person that they say they are, when the mob comes after a good person, the people around that person stand up and say, no, 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 y'all are wrong. And then it gets reevaluated and the mob backs off. But when a mob comes after a dirtbag shitburger, everybody around that person goes, yeah, that's exactly who it is. Because they know he's a dirtbag. They know, even his friends know he's a dirtbag. And I see it happen again and again and again among the comics community, among the bands and performers and servers and bartenders and businessmen and just everybody. Several communities that I participate in. When somebody does some shit, and they all know who these people are, they all know what these people are capable of, they all know them. When they do some shit, they say, this guy did some, he stole equipment, he backed down already, didn't pay his bands, he didn't pay his performers, he's groping the women, he fucking roofied someone and raped her, he's grooming women, he's molesting women, he do all the shit that they do. They know that they do it. It's never the first time they do it, and it's always a repeat offender. And the people around them, when they're good people and they're being accused falsely, the people around them go, no, 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 no. Y'all got it wrong. This is what happened. But when they're legitimately accused of their shit, they get called out. They get banned from bars. They get stopped. They're performing. They can't perform there anymore. They have to go somewhere else. They gotta go find fresh ground where they haven't salted it. And they get ostracized and kicked out, and they deserve it every single damn time. And that's what communities are supposed to do. Communities are supposed to have standards where they stand up and say, these people are shit. They're dirtbags and they deserve what they get because of who they are and what they are, and they should get pushed out. That's what community standards are about. Communities should have standards. Communities should be able to define who's a member of the community. And if you violate those standards, you should have to pay the consequences and you should get moved out of those communities. That's how it should work. If communities aren't allowed to have standards, if you have to hang out with people who are dirtbags, then you have no rights to your own personal space. You should be able to say, look, I don't like this person. I don't want this person in my house. You absolutely should be able to say that person is not allowed to come around me anymore. And if the rest of your community says, no, no, we choose that guy. If you don't want him to come around, you have to leave. Then you have to choose your community or that person. And it's a whole community dynamic. It's not a scary world for guys. That's bullshit. That's just nonsense. It's bullshit. It's a scary world for dirtbag men. And it should be a scary world for dirtbag men because dirtbag men have walked this earth long enough without any fucking consequences for their dirtbag actions. And if dirtbag men are scared, they should be. It's good. It's a good thing that dirtbag men are scared because for too long they've been walking around without any consequences to their dirtbaggery, and it's about damn time that that has changed. Good for the world for fucking over dirtbags because dirtbags deserve to get fucked over. They fucked over the world for long enough. Anyway, I'm not changing it to America at all. I'm just saying the rest of the world. The rest of the world that's not the dirtbag men. So it's you're reading more into the words than that. And that's not on me, that's on you. So there you go. Prisons don't say it's a good place to be a man. Okay. I will trust that you know more about prison culture than me. I've never been to prison, so I'll let you pontificate on what prisons say. It is not a scary world for men in general. It is a scary world for dirtbag men, and it should be a scary world for dirtbag men because dirtbag men are bottom feeders. So there you go. I'm pretty sure most people in prison are men. We incarcerate a significant portion of men versus women. Uh, we incarcerate, it's probably 85-15, if I had to guess. Probably 90-10. 85-15, 90-10, probably, if I had to guess. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. But if you want to talk about policing and who gets arrested, that's a whole nother conversation too. Because oh my goodness, over policing of certain communities and doing over policing of certain communities and the way the police force has been wielded by the state for 150 something years. Oh, that's a whole nother conversation to be had. But that has nothing to do with being a man. That has a whole lot to do with, I mean, that is a whole nother conversation, because you want to talk about who's changing topics now. Now you're changing topics to prison versus the Me Too, which is what we talked about way up there. It's a scary world to be for men. Men are scared of the Me Too movement. No, they're not. Men are not scared of the Me Too movement. Men don't think about the Me Too movement very often because men, for the most part, aren't dirtbags. Dirtbags walk the world thinking, oh my goodness, is she going to catch me staring at her ass? Those dirtbags should be scared. They should be walking around scared that they're going to be caught and called out for their dirtbaggery, because their dirtbaggery permeates their entire system, their entire being. It defines who they are. And those dirtbags, we all know those dirtbags. They're all pieces of shit. You know it. I know it. And that's just how it is. So, that's just how it goes. And, you know, I'm sure there's dirtbag. I'm sure women have the same conversation about dirtbag women and toxic femininity and blah, 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 blah. It happens more now than it has in the past, that women are shitting on women and women are just terrible and mean girls and 13-year-old girls are like the worst because, you know, they're always tearing each other down and they're just vicious and cruel. And you know how boys, when they fight, when they have a dispute, boys will just punch each other and be done, and then they'll be best friends for the rest of their life. But women, they'll be all like, why don't you just commit suicide? You're terrible. You're fat, disgusting, and nobody will ever love you. I mean, you want to talk about being scared? Be scared. It's a scary world for a 13-year-old girl. They're the ones that you know, if they misstep socially, like their entire like cat party is just going to come around and be like, you should count yourself. Yeah. And then they start cutting themselves and there's psychological problems. Dudes, guys, we're just like, I hate you. You're an asshole. You looked at my girlfriend. Punch. Let's go have some Cokes. We'll be best friends now. And that's it. Well, yeah, she's a trifling bitch anyway. And then they go off and they have drinks. And then they be bros and they're dudes. And that's it. So, nobody cares about actual rapists. Holy shit. You are off the fucking rails. Sorry. You are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. Sorry. No. Just nasty scumbags getting ruined. Nope. Countless guys who used to feel good about telling you, oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Let's explore the bullshit and dumbassery, and then I'll pull the plug. Because you think telling a joke is going to have you canceled. You think gotten into the topic of having an increase in the punishment, you see an increase in type 1 error. No, you're fucking wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. That's it. You're wrong. You're just wrong. And you're actually leading them to believe that you're the kind of dirtbag that needs to be worried about the Me Too shit. You're just fucking wrong. You're just fucking wrong. You're just wrong. That's it. Do you care that bad people? I don't care that bad people deserve to be fucking ruined. That's it. Teenage guys kill themselves 5 times. Yeah, teenage guys do kill themselves rather frequently. They do. Teenage suicide rate is and it's a very complicated set of factors that go into teenage suicide. There's a whole lot of shit that goes into teenage suicide. But what I was specifically talking about was the way mean girls do mean girl shit. And if you don't want to like follow the thread, that's on you. Not me. That's on you. You want to keep changing the subject, you can keep trying to change the subject. But I'm not gonna participate in your little attempts to change the subject and go down various rabbit holes. You can do that on your own in your own little chat world. But guys are not decent people. Normal guys aren't worried about telling jokes. That's bullshit. That's wrong. It's nonsense. Dickhead, shithead, assholes are worried about telling jokes and getting canceled. That's it. That normal people are not worried, and I will say this one more time and not repeat it again. Normal people, the vast majority of normal, decent human beings, are not worried about Me Too, cancel culture, all that shit. Dirtbag assholes, those people, they are worried about it, and they should be worried about it because they are dirtbag assholes. And if you don't want to be worried about it, if you would prefer to live in a world where you don't have to worry about it, then don't be a dirtbag asshole. There you go. Problem solved. Don't be a dirtbag asshole. There you go. Problem solved. I'm worried about somebody stealing my gun and shooting me. Hey, here's an idea. Don't carry it, and then they won't steal it, and they can't shoot you. Well, I'm worried about somebody breaking into my car, busting the window in my car. You're like, just leave your car door unlocked. Then nobody will bust into the window of your car, and then you don't have to worry about it. I mean, they may steal your shit, but then you won't bust your window. You won't have to replace the window. It's easy to solve that problem. It's really easy to solve that problem. Just don't do the thing. Like if you don't want to worry about your incompetent lawyer giving your secrets and lies to the prosecuting attorney, then you don't be a liar with secrets and lies. And if you don't want to worry about being sued for defamation, you don't defame. If you don't want to be accused of being a rapist, don't rape, or don't be rapey. That's a really good thing to do. If you don't want to be accused of being a misogynist, then don't be a misogynist. I mean, these things are easy to do. It's just don't do the thing. Don't be the thing. Don't do the thing. Like all these things are choices. Don't make the choice to be that guy. Like normal people. Like I have never, ever, ever casually joked about roofing people. Never casually joked about it. That's not a joke that it's not part of my like repertoire of jokes. You know who do? You know who does? Yeah, dirtbags. They do. They casually joke about that shit. That's something they think about. It enters their thinking process. Don't do that. Then it doesn't come up and it doesn't be a thing. And then people don't look at you and go, oh, he's kind of rapey. Then you just avoid that whole thing. And it's there. Problem solved. Problem solved. And then, like, here's the cool thing. When you're not a dirtbag, and you're not kind of a douchey, rapey type of gross individual, then that personality shines through when you're actually talking to human beings. And then the other human beings you're talking to don't get a weird, rapey, douchey vibe off of you. And then they're like, oh, he's not a horrible person. Maybe I'll watch a movie with him and hang out and have some food and, maybe let him into my life a little bit. It works out great. It's like this whole like human being transformation thing where you become a human being that other people want to hang out with. And then you don't have to complain that only models get all the girls and that no guy ever gets dates off of dating websites. It works out really great. It really, it's it just works out great that way. Well, there you go. So there we go. In the next 2 hours, I will be scrolling back through all of chat, getting all the names of people who have participated in chat, adding those names to the Wheel of Doom and Glory. Barbarella, of course, gets 4 extra slots. Top Shelf, you get 2. Jin, you will get 1. And then everybody else who has participated in chat will get a slot on the Wheel of Doom and Glory, and we will all have cake and pie and ice cream, and it will be fun and joyful and all that stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to finish my cocktail. We are going, I need to have the video capture device on all my screens, apparently, not just the one. Hello, activate. There we go. That button right there that I need to push. And then we will, in the next 3 weeks, we will eventually spin the Wheel of Doom and Glory and give away a prize pack worth $10,000. No, I'm kidding. It's not $10,000. It's probably, it's priceless. You can't price it. But let's say $40 maybe. I don't know. Could be 40. It could be 6. I don't know. It's 4 samples of our delicious whiskeys, a Rocky Patel cigar, and a shot glass. And adoration from thousands of people all across the world, and it would behoove you to enjoy it and share it with friends. But in the meantime, I am going to finish this here shot of whiskey, and we are going to wrap it up, and I will go on to the next thing. We will likely have a live from the distillery on Monday or Tuesday. We will do of course, our topic show next week, which is going to be a discussion of human rights, I think. Yeah, a revisitation of that topic from a few weeks back. And then Thursday night, of course, trivia night. And then I hit the road and go out to Total Wines starting on Saturday next week. So be awesome to each other. Think with your whole brain, love with your whole heart. And of course, always remember life is too short for bad whiskey. Cheers. And boop, good night. Where's the right button? There it is.